This is Steve O'Brien, and seriously, you have got better things to do than listen to the nice guys on business, like rearranging your sock drawer, watching paint dry, taking up macrame. But if you must listen, be prepared to hear some colorful metaphors. Parental discretion is advised.
Steve-O, that's what you are to us. You are our Leslie Nielsen.
I'm an old man with some kind of a dementia. That's nice.
Have you ever gotten any shit for being the voiceover guy for the nice guys on? Has anybody ever said talk about you doing anything for the nice guys, or is it just completely fly under the radar screen and that's probably the end?
No, I've had a couple people mention it to me.
Really?
They're like, "Are you that's the same Steve O'Brien?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." They're like, "Man, you cuss a lot." I'm like, "Yeah."
You guys realize this episode is the montage episode from every sitcom that we all go, oh man, they ran out of shit to cover.
Right.
Yeah.
I like it better without Strickland's name in there. I don't know what it is. It's just automatically a better show. Go from where you are now to where you could be. Get expert tips to grow your business, to be more productive and more efficient, whether you're trying to build influence, grow your community, or make it rain. Best-selling author of Nice Guys Finish First, Doug Sandler, can lead the way. The Nice Guys on Business is produced by Turnkey Podcast Productions. Now, here's your host, Doug Sandler.
This computer. Hey, Strickland Bonner, we are now recording.
Welcome the fuck back. Welcome the fuck back. Can we say that on the Nice Guys on Business now, or do I need to mute that already? I got a feeling there's going to be some.
There's probably going to be a couple of beeps in there. Right out of the. I mean, they haven't even heard your voice in probably 2 years, and you the first words you say.
Yeah, the first word, it's blue. It's right. It's exactly. It is the F-bomb right off the bat. Yeah, I saw a T-shirt the other day that was like, it was like fighter planes flying by, right? Like dropping bombs, right? And all the bombs just had little F's on them.
It was an F-bomb.
F-bomb.
Hey, so Nice Guy community, if you have no idea who that guy is, that is immediately to my right or left, depending on your orientation on your computer, that is Strickland.
Which, by the way, we're okay with either way. Not that there's anything wrong with any orientation that you have.
Very true. Not that there's anything wrong. However you are orientated, shall we say.
Exactly.
So you may not know this guy, but you hear Steve O'Brien actually mention him every episode, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. This is Strickland Bonner. He is my partner in crime. Well, not actually crime. My partner in business. Our
as far as you all know.
As far as the IRS is concerned, there is no crime going on here.
Exactly.
Strickland is my partner in Turnkey Podcast Productions, and he is my partner in the Nice Guys on Business podcast. And we have this other little show, or this other little business called, what the heck? Is it a business or is it a show? What's NGF, our Nice Guys Fuckery?
Oh, it's the show. Definitely the show, yeah.
So we have another show that actually happens on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's called, I don't even know how they find it, because you can't type in the word fuckery on Apple Podcasts. They will not.
Well, looking at the listenership, they haven't found it. So it's okay.
Which is okay. Yeah. We have our small little clutch of friends that listens to that show. Thousands of people listen to the Nice Guys on Business. And Strickland, frankly, he was getting a little bit miffed that we couldn't get more than 35 listeners on the other show. So we thought we'd hop over here just for today for a couple reasons. One, because we love you guys as a Nice Guy community. But secondly, today being, let's see, is today Friday? What's today? What's the recording day? I mean, what's the play date of this?
Damn good question.
What date is this? I don't remember either.
I think it's Friday. Yeah, I believe it's Friday.
All right. So if you're listening to this on a Friday, you've come to the right way, the right place. Strickland is playing Brad Pitt. It is Friday the 29th. Thank you, Jennie Bellinger. This is actually episode 1000, and I could not think of a better person to have here today other than Jennie Bellinger. That would, of course, be Strickland Bonner. He is doing his great job playing the role of Brad Pitt in Ocean's 11.
He's eating in every scene.
Every scene. So Strickland Bonner, welcome back. What's
up,
man?
It's good to be back. This is the Nice Guys on Business, right?
Yes.
Apologies for dropping the F-bomb right up front, but that's just how I roll. I'm sorry.
So I think what I could probably do, hold on a second. I think I might be able to go to this. Just stand by for 1 second. Let's see. So let's just go. Let me type this in here. Successfully dropped F-bomb. F-bomb
You're making notes for what?
3x today, and let me just put a little check mark next to that. So
There's your checklist.
Yeah, we fulfilled that obligation.
I see.
Yeah, we
obligation.
fulfilled that obligation. I'm not sharing any longer, am I? I'm assuming I'm no longer.
No, you're not sharing your screen.
Okay, great.
Is anybody? How can we tell how many people are watching on Facebook?
Well, we have 2 people that are watching on Facebook right now. I am a part. Oh, geez. So we're very delayed in that because I'm fixing my hair there, and that was done like 10 seconds ago, or maybe 20 seconds ago already. Yeah, we have 2 people watching on Facebook live in a Nice Guy group or Nice Guy community. And
which, by the way, if you're watching, you can just join right in. Click the link. Come and join us. You can be here live, like on Zoom.
Oh,
you can speak out.
Oh God, I gotta turn my. How do I mute the sound here? Hold on a second.
Mute what sound?
I don't know how to do anything. I had no idea how to do anything.
Doug, when you said, "Hey, let's set this up," and you said, my Zoom, and I know how to do all this. My first thought was, really? Like, you want to be the guy running the board for this? And then I'm like, okay, you know what you're doing. I have no idea about like all the extra Zoom stuff because you always do your interviews on Zoom. So you're much more familiar with the new capabilities of Zoom than I am.
No.
So I thought you'd let you run it, but not so much.
No. I learned a couple of things. Literally, I was eating Chinese food about 20 minutes ago, and I'm like, I probably should get on Zoom and try to figure some of this stuff out before we actually go live. So let's see. If he can run a DJ business, he might be able to pull off Zoom. Exactly. See that? I think the same thing. Hey, you know what? Why don't we just jump into I was going to say, why don't we just jump on Jennie Bellinger? It didn't come out right.
Don't tell Marcel. She would not appreciate it.
Jennie, I'm going to promote you to panelists so that you can come on board with us. Okay. Would that be cool? All right. Let's figure out how to do that. Manage participants. Here we go. Attendees, Jennie Bellinger, and I am going to promote her to panelist. Jennie, here she comes right now into the fold. Oh, geez, she's muted. And
there's only a problem. Jennie, you got to take that picture off. We need video. We want to see you.
Yeah, she will.
You said you'd wear your corset.
Yes.
Oh, my God. And you are wearing your corset. Purple. Oh,
she showed up. She showed up ready to play with the Nice Guys. This is awesome.
Of course. That's the only way to do it. And, wait. I'm going to make the F-bomb number 4 because my necklace says fuck.
So for those of you that don't know who Jennie Bellinger is because you don't listen to the Tuesday and Thursday episodes, you didn't even realize we have Tuesday and Thursday episodes. They're a secret. On Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we have the Nice Guys on Business podcast, but Jennie is a fan of that show, but she also made the transition over to being a podcaster herself, having a show called BDSM, Badass Direct Sales, fill in the blank. Mastery, right there. And because of the BDSM moniker, she is coming fully attired with the moniker today, corset and all. Welcome, Jennie, to the podcast.
Thanks for having me, guys. I'm so happy to be here.
So I might get even more excited if I didn't see the printer and the pictures of her kids in the background. It kind of breaks up the whole corset fantasy thing, but that's okay.
Be careful, Jennie, not to laugh too hard that you may pop out of that corset.
Have a wardrobe malfunction.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
So Jennie, tell us a little bit about your rise to fame and fortune with the Nice Guys right at your side all the way through. When did you get introduced to the Nice Guys on Business podcast? How long have you been a fan?
So I started listening at the end of September in 2017 because that's when you and I first met, Doug, at the New Media Summit, the very first one in San Diego. And so because I met you, I was like, ooh, I should actually listen to the podcast. And I totally fell in love with it. And of course, the following week, you did an episode, you guys used to do Tuesday, Thursday episodes, fuckery, on the actual NGOB, right?
Right.
And so it was like a Tuesday episode and you were like, hey, Jennie Bellinger just joined our community. And then you completely began to talk about how drunk I was the whole time, which was not the case. Strickland came to my defense saying, maybe we shouldn't say that about our new community member.
That's true.
So I, because I got my name said and one of my love languages is recognition, I was like, all right, I'm a fan. I'll listen. He had me laughing. So
nice.
Yeah. So I've been listening ever since. I listened to the Monday, Wednesday episodes about Not as much as I used to.
It's okay. It's all right. We got it.
I'm one of the 35 listeners who listens to NGF all the time, like every single week.
For those of you that listen to only the Nice Guys on Business, NGF is our Nice Guys Fuckery. We actually have pins for that. If you want a pin, Strickland, do you have a pin anywhere nearby that you could show our? No, you don't have any. I don't even know where mine are. I left them.
I have my pin in my room. Dang, I should have. I would.
Are you wearing pants? Are you wearing pants, Jenny?
Technically, I'm not wearing pants.
Oh, okay. Well, we probably don't. When you say technically, what does that mean?
It means I'm wearing a pencil skirt.
Oh, I got it. I got it.
That's
I got
okay.
it. I got it.
Because I was like, just in case I stand up, I should like have something on.
Well, we want to see the whole full look, right? Like,
yeah, drop back a little bit. Show us the whole look. What you got going on? Wow.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah. That's a good look.
How do you tie that thing in the back? Do you have to turn it around and then kind of flip it around? How do you do that?
I have to be like sucked into this thing. So somebody else has to tie me in. So there's like the hook and eye closures on the front. So I have it all loose and then I hook and eye closure it on. And then Marcel like ties it in on the back.
Hey, and by the way, Marcel just joined. Should I bring him on as a panelist or do I want to keep him silent out in the wings? Hey, wait, let's get.
You should ask his permission and see what he says, because I don't know if he's dressed for it, because he was not planning on coming on video.
All right, hold on.
Maybe he did get dressed. I don't know. I've been in here for 20 minutes.
Marcel, could you just drop a note in the chat box if you want to be brought onto the show, or if you? I'm ready. He goes, I'm ready. He's like, I didn't even have a chance to finish that, and he's like, yes, I am
He's
ready.
a very fast typer.
All right, Marcel, I'm bringing you on.
He is very fast. You've told me that before, Jenny. Yeah.
He's
fast with a lot of things.
Marcel is here with us. Is he at the house, Jenny, or is he somewhere else? Okay.
He's at the house. We're just in different rooms, so that way there won't be issues.
Look at Marcel.
Doug, I need to get you the rim shot sound effect.
Marcel, are you playing Mini Me there? I mean, what's going on in your background? 2001 Space Odyssey.
I have made a special visit from outer space today.
Hey, Marcel, welcome. So what do you think about Jenny in her corset and pencil skirt showing all of the Nice Guys community? Now we have thousands of people that have actually had a chance. If you're watching this, hold on a second. If you're listening to this on audio, if you want to see the video version of this and check out what Jenny is wearing and see Marcel's backdrop, which is fucking amazing, just join the Nice Guys community. That's niceshortcut.com, or go over to Facebook and just type in Nice Guys community. Unless you are what are the two rules, Strickland? Unless you are
can't be a communist or a heroin addict.
If you're
eating on air.
Oh, say it again, Marcel.
No, I'm allowed to eat on air. I'm playing the part of Brad Pitt today.
So if you are not a former or present heroin addict, not that we have anything wrong with heroin addicts against them, but the challenge is that sometimes they just can't find their way to the keyboard properly. So we'll include you as a part of the community. So you are welcome to join niceshortcut.com or the Nice Guys community on Facebook. Then you'll be able to see the full recording of everything, and then we'll of course include just still shots of Jennie Bellinger as well. Hey, Marcel, while you're here, I just want to let you know the new iPhone 11 Pro is now in my hands. The Pro, Jenny, it's got 3 little lenses on the back there, just so you.
Because you're so fucking special, right? Thank you. Exactly.
So I want to talk. I want to spend a moment or two talking about that later in the episode, because while you did get the deal was that they would give you the 11 Pro, and when they gave you the 11 Pro, they were giving you a second one free of charge.
What?
They gave me a second phone. They didn't give me an 11 Pro. They gave me the iPhone X, the XR.
Okay.
A 64 gig version of it, and a phone line also. I think it was $20 extra for the phone line, but they gave me the phone free. I'm like, okay, I will take that.
So why do you need the extra phone line?
I was going to say, who's going to use it? Because JJ won't touch it.
I may try to talk JJ into maybe just using it just for a couple of months, just to see if she actually likes it. And if she needs to try to fold it, it's okay if it breaks, because it was free. It was free anyway. I know she wants a flip phone. I know she likes the flip thing. Oh my
That's
gosh.
great.
Okay, then.
Oh, I love
So
that.
Strickland Bonner, we have a lot of topics to get to. We have no topics today on today's show.
I was going to say, is it on the topic list? Because I don't see anything.
No. If I had to open up one more screen in order to do anything today, I think it would have fallen flat. So
I told Doug earlier that we're going to get Steve O'Brien on later. And I told him the time that Steve was available, which is 1:30 Eastern. So I said, hey, Doug, do you want to record from 1 to 2, right? Like we'll do 30 minutes before Steve O can come on, and then we'll do another 30 minutes. And I'll go, and Doug's like, no, noon. I'm like, you realize Steve O'Brien's not going to be here for an hour and a half. And he's like, nope, all good. I'm like, okay, I guess you've got a lot to talk about. So, hey, Doug, dude, it's on you, right?
Oh, like, come on. Why would you put that kind of pressure on me to actually create an hour and a half of content without you contributing? I don't even know how. Okay, so here's a couple things that I did. How many minutes are we? We're 23 minutes into this. 15. This call.
We're 15 minutes into the recording.
Okay, I did go and see Ford versus Ferrari last night.
Oh, I kind of want to see that.
Yeah,
that's Matt Damon and
how was it?
And
Christian Bale.
Bale's. Yeah, that was.
It looked really good, actually.
It was a really good movie, all about the making of the 24-hour Le Mans. Ford's trying to win the Le Mans and show. What's that expression?
Show up.
Enzo Ferrari. Yeah, because they really were. Ford was done with Ferrari. Hey, how come Strickland doesn't have the, how come you're not at a widescreen and we are all at a widescreen, Strickland?
Let me check my settings.
Marcel, what settings?
I have a really nice camera too, because I know it can go widescreen. I've just got to do this.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can change my settings while I'm in the meeting, but let's find out.
You should be able to.
You just keep.
I do it all the time.
Talk amongst yourselves.
Well, so since we're looking for a topic anyway, Doug, if your computer is good enough, you can do the same thing that Marcel is, and you have different options, and you can even customize. So you can create an NGOB background,
like my real one.
Yeah, but it'll go in without a green screen if your computer is good enough. Marcel's is able to do that because it's a Mac.
Right. So,
and mine is.
I can do that on my PC too. Okay,
it can be done on a PC, yes, but my PC is almost older than my youngest child, which means it's at least 8 years old. So it does not have capacity to do that. It's like barely chugging along. But you can do it too. It's in the Zoom settings. You can play with it right now if you go into click on more.
Yep, I'm seeing more. And then
I can't.
No, I can't do it.
Oh wait, no. Sorry. Go to the video.
I see.
The little arrow by video. Choose virtual. Yeah.
For those of you who are regular listeners to the Nice Guys on Business, and you're used to hearing actual insightful interviews that give great information and great content and really have learning. No, this is not an unedited mistake episode. This is what we do on the Tuesday, Thursday show every fucking
I feel much
you
better.
Have the green screen mode turned on.
I'm in. Oh, I have.
Oh, you have negative green screen. We're seeing everything but you.
I got it. I have a green screen. Okay, I see that. Computer.
Uncheck it.
Oh no, it says computer doesn't meet requirements.
Yeah, his computer isn't even able to do it because same thing happens to mine when I do it. Because if I don't have a green screen, it does the same thing.
So, Marcel, why don't you explain? So I love the fact that Marcel is here just to kind of, Strick, when you go to Vegas, let's say, for example, and you go back into the VIP or champagne room. I know
I'm not familiar with that, but I've heard of it.
Okay. So let's just walk this through for a second. So if you're ever in Vegas and you go to the VIP or champagne room, they always have that guy that stands outside the VIP room to make sure that in champagne lounge, to make sure that nothing illegitimate actually happens, something off color happens. That's kind of Marcel's role right now. I feel it's like he's making sure.
No, I am a very intimidating presence, that's for sure. But in fact, in this case, let's let the fun happen. Yeah.
Exactly. Bring on the fun. So Jennie and Marcel are a couple. So I don't know what they're a couple of, but
again, I need the rim shot. I got to be able to put sound effects in from my end. I got to figure out how to do that.
Oh wait, Virginia is here. Hold on a second. We got to invite Virginia. So I probably should invite Virginia into the room also.
She would love that.
Okay, so you know what's going to happen. We're not going to have a chance to talk after Virginia gets in.
Yeah, well, since you've booked this for 2 hours, Doug, I'm thinking that it's not a bad thing. It's
All
really
right,
not a bad
Virginia,
thing.
you're here. Virginia Muzquiz.
Virginia.
Promoted, man.
Yeah, you have been.
Jenny girl, you're gonna need to leave that on for the mani-pedi appointment. I'm just saying. Not very nice. Whatever you're drinking, baby.
The pencil skirt. The pencil skirt for the mani-pedi. Your mani may be a little bit longer because your technician may be enjoying the view if you continue to wear that pencil skirt.
They don't let you wear skirts, and if you do wear a skirt, they throw a towel over your
Put
lap.
a beach towel on you. Yeah.
All right, hold on a second. I'm promoting Tim Hill. Tim is here
Tim
also.
Hill.
Wait a second.
It's a party.
I was going to be all organized about this and just bring in one at a time, and I'm like, what the heck?
Oh no, it's so much more fun, Brady Bunch style.
All right, Tim, you have to undo your camera so that we can see your face. I'm assuming that you are here in not only just spirit, but you're here if you're here yourself personally. Oh, he can't see us or hear us at all. We've just drained everybody.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Tim is back in the room,
Tim.
hiding. He can't see or
I'm
hear
mystery
anything
man.
we're saying. Like, I don't even know what game show that's from. There's some ancient 70s game show.
Dating game.
The dating game.
What's my line?
What's my line?
Tim,
Wait, what's my line?
Tim, you got to be here. Where's your video, man? We want to see you.
I'm trying.
Can you figure out this
Hang
technology before you get here? So if you're listening again on the Nice Guys on Business, this is not a mistake. This is us celebrating our 1000th episode. Strickland, this would have required probably, I think, 3 months worth of effort in our last in our what was that? What episode that we did?
200.
Episode 200. It was months worth of effort to try to get us on video. We didn't have the technical prowess of someone like Marcel here. We had your friend Gary.
Hey, look, wait a minute. In Gary's defense, Gary did a great job. It all worked. It was just a huge pain in the ass getting there, which was
Wait,
look,
does that make you guys SpongeBob? I'm just curious.
Yeah, it could. It
oh,
could
yeah,
make
that's
us
true. I didn't
SpongeBob.
think about that. Yeah.
Hey, so Virginia, why don't you share a little bit about hi Virginia? Why don't you share a little bit about who you are, what you do, and other than just good friends of the Nice Guys on Business of me and Strick, what's so cool about it is Virginia is also a podcaster too. So Virginia, share all of your sweet spots with our community.
Oh, did you listen to my message on DJ Doug yet?
Not yet.
I did have to listen to the message because I wanted to make sure that it was for this show or the NGF show. So I did listen to it. We will be playing it this episode because it did qualify for being able to be played.
I wrote it special for you. All right.
Well,
anyway, hey, I'm Virginia Muzquiz. I'm the Referral Diva, host of the Business by Referral podcast, and the Chief Connections Officer with Master Connectors. And I make it my business to introduce the people I meet to the people they need to know.
That's pretty cool. What's so good about Virginia is she actually can tell you what she does. Like, I have no idea what we do. Strickland, what do we do exactly?
Bro,
you bullshit for a living, man.
We do bullshit for a living. Actually, I would love to say that when people say, "What do you do?" We bullshit for a living.
But we do it from our pajamas, and we make a lot of money at it too. So I think it's
true.
That's fair. If you're able to make money and do it from your pajamas and consider, where's Strickland going? He got mad.
Just wait till you listen to one of the voicemails I left you for the NGF show. Yes. Because
I know. I had to listen to all of them.
You had to listen.
I did. I listened to it. You did call me to task there. You did.
I did. I did. I'm just saying.
Did you get your riding crop out, Jennie Bellinger?
No, but Marcel can bring it to me. He knows where it is.
Marcel,
I bet he does.
I'm in the space right now. I'm sorry.
I could just pull a Strick and just rip my earbuds out and disappear.
Hold on. Let me come out of orbit.
I had to get my light. I'm like, if we're on video, I want to look decent. Come on.
I was watching Marcel has gone down. So I was watching CNN the other day. I don't know. Oh, I was on Southwest flight coming back from LA to where did he? Oh, he's gone. He's completely gone. Coming from LA to Baltimore, and they have like CNN and the anchor.
Oh no, my background is falling. I just put it up like 2 hours ago,
Oh
too.
my God.
All right, let me grab another piece
This
of
is
tape.
a-
You keep telling
this
your
is a
story. I'm going to actually keep
total-
the headphones on so I can hear you.
Total shit show going on here.
This is like Wayne and Garth, like cable show, right?
it's
Party
taken
on
way,
Wayne,
it's
party
taken
on
way
Garth.
too long to explain this. But anyway, CNN, the
It just makes
anchors.
it that much funnier when we continue interrupting you and then you just can't
Gosh.
finish your damn story.
I am not. Oh, Jenny's got her riding crop now. She's good. Anyway, Virginia,
Yes, ma'am.
forget the
Yes,
tail end of
ma'am.
my story. Virginia, share a little bit about what
Virginia's
you-
been kind of conditioned when she sees that riding crop. She has
know
to,
it. Yes,
that's
ma'am.
like, without even thinking about it, she just has to say, yes, ma'am.
You guys all behave, or I'm going to put everybody back to a participant rather than a
Yes, sir,
panelist.
Doug.
Everybody,
Including me.
Everybody, be good.
What do you want me to talk about, Doug?
I wanted you to talk about how long you've been listening to the show, because you've been listening to it. I can't remember if you're listening to
The
it longer than.
very first episode that I ever listened to was on the plane ride home from the first New Media Summit, which I believe was a little over 2 years ago, maybe. And it was the Come and Go episode. And Jenny and I were
Yeah.
that on the plane from the pure pleasure of the episode.
Yeah, that was a great one. That was probably one of other than Hey, Tim is here.
Is he, Tim?
What's up, Tim?
Is it game day today? Is it Saturday
Of
game
course.
day? And here's
Marcel
Marcel
is-
back for
Not till 6:30 though.
Everybody, you have
Marcel, I've known you for 15 years, and
Oh,
where
jeez.
suddenly you have a sense of humor. Like, what
Right.
the heck? Like,
I'm gonna have to mute everybody until you raise your hand if you don't behave here. Everybody behave. We want to make
Hey,
sure
you-
that our
You know what? I think
Strickland?
if we let Doug finish his story,
I don't want
maybe then he'll calm down and won't threaten to put us all back in.
Strickland, I have the capacity to turn everybody back into a participant, and I can do a solo episode.
no,
Except you guys know how afraid I am of doing solo episodes.
For
So
the
you
next
started listening
hour
to
and a half?
Yeah,
It'll be
that
a
would
long
be
episode,
that
Doug.
would
Good
be-
luck with that.
That'd be
You
horrible.
do a lot solo, Doug.
Goddamn, I need that
story.
goddamn rim shot.
Jenny, get these people under
Hey,
control.
look what I found though.
There you
Look,
go.
There's
That-
a pin.
yeah, if you want one of those pins, the NGF pin,
Ooh,
the
look,
nice.
it refocused.
Wow,
and
that was
everything.
really
Look at that.
good.
That's so
You have a-
sharp.
You have a good camera. That is the NGF. That's for our other show, our Tuesday, Thursday show. If you want one of those
3D.
pins, you just have to join the Nice Guy community and say, send me a pin, and we will put Strickland to work actually making sure that you get a pin. Do you have a metal plate in your head, Tim? Because that's the only way that's actually going to work there. Hey,
That's a secret.
so Tim, how long have you been listening to the show?
Since the Beatles were together,
that is a long time.
at least. Gosh, when were you married the first time?
Oh,
How long ago was that?
Seriously?
Because
Got
you
it.
were, I think you were just coming out of your first marriage when I started listening.
Wow, that is
So-
significant. Well, have you been listening to it for 5 years to the show?
Yeah, absolutely. I think.
Oh my gosh, I'd love to go back and figure out what episode you started listening. Somewhere around the episodes, were you in the single digits, or did you come over on the after one
I
of?
think it was the high double. I think it was the high double digits.
Okay, all right. So we are now celebrating episode 1000. Strickland Bonner. What would you attribute the success to? Just pure ignorance for not getting out of it?
persistence. Yeah, because there's nothing. It's certainly not quality. That's for sure. Persistence is the only thing I can think of. Stupidity. Yeah, like we don't know when to give up. Yeah, I don't know. I
So
just don't know.
Tim, share a little bit about what your business is. Tim is actually, he's going to come here and he's now going to proceed to do emails and other things.
Wow, jumping right in on that, huh?
Right.
Hey, I did back up. Did I hear you say when I was watching the live before I got hooked up that you saw Ford versus Ferrari last night?
I did. I saw it last night. Yep.
We went and saw it also. Well, Michelle and I thought it was very well done. You know, true to life. It was so I'd highly recommend it. And I don't
Yeah.
recommend a lot of movies nowadays, just old movies, but I would definitely go see it.
And if you want to see listen to a movie review of the show, of a movie review of the movie, just go over to the Mustang Podcast and .com.
Let's see, 28 minutes in. That's got to be a new record that it took you 28 minutes to actually mention that. That's good.
Well, I did try. I almost did mention the show. I think I kind of did a backdoor mention of the show a little bit ago. You may understand that terminology, Jennie Bellinger.
I'm gonna try something here.
Okay, go
But
ahead,
to
Tim.
celebrate
Yeah,
your 1000th episode, let's see
careful.
if this works.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it should be confetti.
That was it. That was about it.
It was
All the
confetti and stuff that came down.
God.
That's about all the
Nice.
celebration you get.
That was
But it was-
that was super climactic.
Anti-club. Well, I got another one. Hold on. Let me try again.
I think you should do it at the.
I
at
went
the,
out special. This is special for you. I don't do this for everybody.
Well, how many of those do you have?
I'll aim it at the camera this time.
Yeah, you got.
All right, here we go.
Right.
You
Okay.
ready?
Yep, I'm ready. Let's see what's going to happen here. No idea. Hey.
Nice.
I was going to say maybe you should aim it at your face. That might not be a
That
good
was
thing.
good.
Strick, we
Nope,
actually
now I
have
disappeared.
I think 7 or 8 voicemails, and we have the Lou Diamond heroes journey. Hey, I guess I'm attending in only. Okay, hold on a second, Ryan. We'll let you in. Hold on.
I made a mess.
Realize that
I
he
made
was-
a mess is what I made here.
Ryan is here. Okay, we're gonna promote Ryan to panelist. Ryan, you are now in as a panelist. Come on over and join the fun over here. Here he is.
We only
Ryan.
need 2 more people for
A
the Brady
full
Bunch.
Brady bunch.
The
That's
Brady
right.
Bunch.
Ryan, you're here. You got
Who's
to
in the
turn.
middle?
You got to turn on your. You are Tim.
You
You
are.
are Alice right now.
Mhm.
And there
Oh,
is
great.
Ryan. Oh, great. He's driving.
What's up?
Ryan
I'm
driving.
Oh,
I'm
good.
being totally,
That's
totally
safe.
unsafe here, and I had to pop in for just a few minutes and say congratulations, guys, and what's up?
What is up
for
with
those
you?
of you who don't know, Ryan Bocross still has one of the best Nice Guys on Business lines ever. He met us in DC one time for we all got a beer together. A whole bunch of us. He was in DC for a real estate conference, and after the fact, he said, Doug and Strick, I've met these guys, and I can tell you that they are the personality they have on the show. They are exactly the same assholes in person that they are on the show. And yes, we resemble that
And-
comment. Absolutely.
100%.
And now that I've
true.
met Strick in Effingham, I can confirm what Ryan said.
Yeah.
You still haven't met Doug, but hey, that's
Well,
Doug's fault.
Flat Doug was very nice. little quiet.
Flat Doug.
Was very nice.
Yeah, and if you have
Hey,
no
Tim.
idea what we're talking about, you've got to go over to the Nice Guy Community, niceshortcut.com, or just go over to Facebook, the Nice Guys Community, and we will include you in on all of the shenanigans and fuckery right over there as well, including sending you a pin. Strickland will send you the pin. Who amongst us right here has gotten a pin? I saw Tim's got a pin. I saw Marcel's got a pin.
Oh, I have
You
not
guys
received
send
my
me
pin.
nothing.
Yeah, Senator
Virginia,
Dress.
have you sent me your address? Ryan, I know you sent the address. I don't think I sent yours yet, so I will do that this weekend.
Well,
But
you
you have to go
just,
to the post
I was
office
just
and
told
that's
to
work.
say, give me a pin, so I did that. It didn't say anywhere that I had to tell the world where I actually lived, but
Well, not
You
the
don't have to
world.
tell
just
the
me.
world where
Send
you
it to me.
live. Jeez.
Email it to me.
Sent to Strick.
Email
I'm
it to-
gonna-
So Ryan, what are you up to? I interrupted before you could tell us what you were up to.
Where are you driving?
No, that's fine. We're running around. I've got my my oldest here with me. This is Abby.
hi,
Hey.
Abby.
We are actually
Oh, boy.
shopping.
Totally
Is
turn this
she-
into a
So,
family
yeah,
show of
we,
technical issues.
Oh man, I know, right?
Is she old enough to hear our
That's
show,
what you get for
Ryan?
being in Ohio.
I
Bad internet.
protect my children from you guys 100%.
I was going to say, Ryan, she's not even old enough to listen to our show. That's probably not good.
No, it's probably a
We're
good
on
thing.
Bluetooth. We're on speakerphone right
Yeah,
now. So
probably not. That's why I've got my
He's
my
got his
earbuds
earbuds.
in. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got his
Mm.
Start
earbuds in.
listening to
You got
you
your
guys
earbuds. Okay,
and
good.
y'all
So
Yeah.
we've had a full
you don't hear me still?
yeah, on and off. Mhm.
we've had a full cast of characters that have been introduced to the Nice Guys on Business and then over to our NGF show. And Ryan has been a longtime listener or follower of the show. Virginia, Tim, Marcel. I think Jennie kind of dragged Marcel into the process here.
Kicking
I-
and
Kicking,
screaming.
totally kicking and screaming.
I
I
totally
mean,
screaming.
I
I
understand.
witnessed the entire thing.
And you enjoyed every minute of it.
I did, Strick. I did.
I mean, we go back to some of our original Funkin' fans back way in the beginning, like Paul Morena, and I think Paul is still a listener to the show. He's been listening since episode 1. Who else has been listening?
I'm glad you brought up Paul because he texted me earlier and I wanted to pass this on. Paul says, hey, sorry, not going to make it to the Zoom or Facebook Live. I already bought Frozen 2 tickets before you guys said you were doing this. But Paul Morena is our patient zero. He is a guy that stumbled across us, even though he happens to live in the Maryland area near us, way back at episode 1. And he says he's listened to all of them. I mean, that's kind of crazy to me, but we really appreciate it.
That's about 900 more episodes than I've actually listened to
Yeah,
of
me too.
our own show.
Definitely.
Strickland, did you ever listen? How far into this? And I remember there was an episode that I said, Strick, I got to tell you something I'm really afraid to tell you. And that was the day I dropped the bomb on you that said that I don't listen to our show any longer.
Oh,
but I used to listen every day. I think there was a couple years there that I listened to our show every day, just not because I was so interested in the content. I just wanted to make sure that you weren't fucking up.
Well, I'm glad that either you have realized that when it comes to Nice Guys on Business, I'm not fucking it up, or that you just don't care anymore.
Well, I do care. That's the difference. I definitely do care. And I just want to make sure that you're doing your job, and you do your job extremely well. For those behind the scenes that may not realize it, Strick does everything that is production, anything that involves a spreadsheet, anything that involves electronics and details like that. He does with our team, like Marjorie and Christopher and Chelsea and who am I missing? Jimmy and who else am I missing? Anybody?
That's pretty much everybody, except for all the tech stuff, except for this Zoom call, which I take no responsibility for whatsoever.
Yeah, was I supposed to record this? So do you want to get into some of the voicemails? Because we got a bunch to play.
Yeah, that sounds like a great plan.
Do we want everybody to hang out here with us while we're doing it, or do you want it just to be the two of us so that we can comment, or what do you want to do?
Oh, I don't know. It's okay by me if we just make it a big party and let everybody jump in and whatever.
Beautiful.
You know?
All right, let's do this. So I'm going to share.
Jenny, you got to be careful when you shake like that. It's very distracting.
All right, share my computer
You're on
sounds.
mute, by the way, too. We can't hear you, Jenny.
Yeah,
I know. My laugh is really loud, and I'm trying to make the work not as difficult for Strick when he has to edit this later.
Edit?
Oh, wait, I forgot. You guys don't work. My bad. I'll leave it open.
All right, here we go. I'm going to share my screen. I'm sharing my screen now. And wow, that's confusing as hell for me. And I'm going to go back, and I'm actually going to play. Hold on, let's drag this around. Right there, Let's do that. Let's bring it over to here. I labeled all these nicely. All right, hold on a second. Here we go.
And I put some new stuff in there too.
I got it. Oh, hey, before we do that, we'll come out of it playing the Lou Diamond's Hero's Journey. Okay, so make sure that you can hear me. I think I selected screen sound share too, but here we go.
I guess we're going to find out.
Yeah, hey guys. So it's Virginia Muzquiz, the referral diva, and 1,000 episodes. I mean, I'm not going to get all mushy or anything, but, there's a certain amount of deadly virility about keeping it up for such a long time. I mean, the ins and the outs of this business are just, exhausting. And yet you guys continue to pleasure us all with your prowess. And I, for one, I'm really, really grateful.
I thought you were going to say, I'm really, really pleasured.
Yeah, I think I need to go. Doug, I got to go for like 5 minutes. I got to go take a cold shower.
That's 4 minutes more than you normally need. So hold on a second. All right,
I need a little time to clean up. It's okay.
All right, hold on. Here is our next Sean. Should we just go through them, or do you want to comment about them? I mean, Virginia is right here. Virginia, how did you come up with all the quips? Did you have to prepare for that, or is that something that normally comes to you?
Well, you should know that I'm always prepared. And yes.
And yes, okay. That's the end of that sentence.
That says it all.
This next voicemail is from Sean Carpenter. Sean was actually the first fan that who is now a friend, but he was a fan at the time. He was the first fan that I ever met in person, and I met him in Columbus, Ohio. And this was pretty early on in the process when I really didn't know what to expect when I met anybody. So I made sure it was a very public location. So in case he was going to shank me, I was ready to run my ass off. And, as Strickland might say before, he says, the only time I run, what is it? The only time I
like when people talk about exercise, I say, I only run when I'm being chased.
Exactly. All right. So here is Sean.
Did you check with Virginia before you were worried about being shanked?
Did not check with her. Probably should have checked with her. Yeah, we gotta. Yeah. All right.
Well,
hold
we
on.
didn't know her that well. If we'd known her better, we would have been more concerned.
Here is Sean's voicemail to us.
Hey, Doug and Strickland, it's Sean Carpenter. I'm calling you from eastern Oklahoma as I drive from northwest Arkansas to the Tulsa airport for a flight home after a speaking gig. But I just wanted to reach out and congratulate you guys on your 1,000th show. Can't believe that people give a shit 1,000 times. But maybe they don't give a shit, they just listen. Or maybe they don't listen. Maybe people just download it, or maybe no one's listening. But I am. Just want to let you guys know I'm a fan, and I wish I could be on the show with you guys, but I will be at the Ohio State Penn State game tomorrow when you're doing your recording. So I'm sorry I missed it, but I'm certainly proud to be a original member of the Nice Guys Nation, and one of the few that has met you in person. Original attendee of the Be More Biz Conference.
Oh, yeah.
And so I hope you guys are doing well. Can't wait to listen to the next 1,000+ episodes. And keep up the good work, boys. And as always, keep building relationships, solving problems, and having fun. See ya.
Way to go, Sean Carpenter. Man, I appreciate that very much. I forgot all about that Be More Biz Conference. Was that about 2 years ago?
Yeah, it was probably about 2 years ago. Yeah. What does he mean 1,000 more? I thought we were done. This is it, right, Doug? This is the last one we're doing?
Oh, geez. Well, I meant to tell you, Strick, we have to go into season 2. Season 2. Yeah, it is over. Season 1 is over and season 2 begins. Do we start the numbering over at 1 again, or do we?
Nah, we go 1,001, but it'll be season 2.
You know what we should do? We should make it shorter. So we should actually just do the alphabet. We'll start at A. We'll go to A to Z.
Hey, season 2 makes sense because both the different seasons now. You know.
Type it in the chat box.
Yeah, Ryan's driving. He can't type.
Ryan, just
you need a better connection, Ryan. Maybe if you turn your video off, maybe it would be better. As much as we like seeing you in the car.
Yeah, that may be the
He's
case.
channeling Stephen Hawking.
No better.
Stephen Hawking.
Auto-tune.
No better. All right.
Hey, wait. Britney Spears knows exactly how you feel, Ryan, right now with her auto-tune. All right, let's go on to I'm going to come back to this one. I'm going to come back to the Jennie Promotes Virginia because I'm going to use that one as my last one. But let's get into to Jared. Where is Jared? Where the hell is he?
I'm surprised he's not.
I am so surprised that he is not here. Wait a minute. Let me go over to the.
Where is who?
So, hey, can somebody monitor the Facebook group? Maybe there is maybe he is leaving messages there. Somehow I think not though.
Who are you looking for? I missed that.
Jared.
No, that's what I just said. Jared. Oh no, Jared. You're right. I'm thinking of Paul Morena. You're right. Where the hell is Jared?
I don't know.
Paul Morena was watching. Paul Morena was watching earlier. I don't know if he's still on because it just shows one person watching live on Facebook right now, which is probably me. Because Stephanie Sursland was on and Dominic Rinaldi was also watching as well.
Nice. Well, maybe somebody can send, if you have Jared's text cell phone number. I think
you
I
have
have
his cell phone number because he calls you all the time.
I'm sending him a Facebook message now.
Oh, terrific. Okay, maybe he will catch word that we're actually doing this. Oh, we're finally getting into the voicemails now on the Facebook Live right now. Wow, that took a long time.
Oh wow, that's a long ass delay.
There's about a 30-second delay between what we're doing and when it goes through Zoom and then finally makes it to Facebook. It's about 30-second delay.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go over to Jared's voicemail. So Jared actually left several voicemails. So let's check in with Jared number 1. Here we go. I think he relates to, I don't even know that he knows that the episode 1000 is coming up here. Hold on a second. Let's hear.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Strick. Jared here. So it's Thursday. You guys are just starting off the show and you're talking about removing Strickland from everything. And Strickland, don't worry, dude. If they remove you from everything, the show will fall apart anyway since you edited everything down, especially the Nice Guys episodes. All the time you spend editing there, they could never do that without you. Oh, yeah. Hey, I also wanted to comment on your little drop-in about the impeachment process. And I never knew that about Clinton, so that was interesting to hear. And then, you were talking about this one, and maybe it's just a strategy. It said it's fool's errand, and maybe it's just strategy to help not get him reelected. So here's my brief commentary on that is thanks once again, fucking, politicians, for spending my money trying to do your bidding. That's a total waste of money.
True.
So once again, the politicians are taking our money, the taxpayers, and spending that money to go after something that they know is ridiculous, that they know they can't win. And it's, like you said, Strickland, a fool's errand, all in an attempt to try to keep somebody from getting elected. So if they want to do that, they should spend their own money, not ours. Just my 2 cents. Love you guys. Keep up the great work. Can't wait to hear the rest of the episode. Talk at you. I guess in this case, I really am talking at you because you can't really respond to me directly, and I have to wait for a week, sometimes 2, to hear a response. All right, guys. See ya.
Hey, we actually could take the money from our Patreon account and we could give it to the government so that they could probably cover what I feel is the value of the defense of Trump right now.
I think there is no value to that defense right now. I mean, even he realizes, I think there's just no value there.
All right, let's go on to Jared, number 2.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Strick. Jared here. Thursday, voicemail number 2. Yep, dropping the deuce on you guys. Anyways, you just listened to Jennie's voicemail, and I wanted to clarify something. So, Strickland, she said...
Oh, did I stop it? Shit. I didn't know I stopped it.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Strick. Jared here. Thursday, voicemail.
Technology.
This is what happens when you let Doug run the board.
Dropping the deuce on you guys. Anyways, you just listened to Jennie's voicemail, and I wanted to clarify something. So, Strickland, she said that she had her fill of the nice guys. She didn't say she was satisfied. She just said she had her fill of you guys. Anyway, let's go. Keep it up.
I was looking for this face right here. I was looking for this face.
For those of you who are listening now, wondering what the hell is going on, if you normally listen to the Nice Guys on Business, but not the Nice Guys Fuckery, this is the kind of stuff you hear on the Tuesday, Thursday show. So just go find us there.
And they, here's what's going on in somebody's head, listening and they just keep hitting plus 60, thinking that at some point, actually the show will begin.
Right.
I believe the correct thing is for you you guys to say, I'm sorry. And it doesn't get any better than this.
Right. Strickland,
sure,
that's
we
usually
haven't said that
line.
in a long time. Yeah, so for those of you who are listening and have been listening for a while, we're sorry. And for those of you who are new listeners, nope, it doesn't get any better than this. This is it. This is what you get.
It's interesting, Jennie. I see you laughing, and I can't hear your laugh because you have yourself muted, or maybe you're sitting back. I can't tell if you muted yourself or whatever.
Right.
I think kind of like Robin Quivers' laugh from the Howard Stern show. You need that. I think you need that laugh. That laugh.
All right. I'll keep it open.
Definitely adds to it, just like your skirt. Very good. Very good. Strick, you got to be faster with it. You got to be right.
No, I have no rim shot. I don't have it. I can't. You're sharing your screen. You got to be on it.
When did they corrupt you? You used to be such a nice Jewish boy.
I still
like dirty and like off color.
Oh boy! Oh my gosh! That is such a.
They must sugar them up.
I'm just disappointed.
So I hope we haven't lost any listeners as a result. Oh yeah, that's right. We don't have any listeners. So everybody that's here is actually our listener. So this is good. All right, let's go on to.
Which would be interesting to see if you play this on the Nice Guys, Monday, Wednesday, Friday episodes, if it increases on the Tuesday, Thursday episodes from the normal people who listen on those days, who come over to the dark side on Tuesday and Thursday. So make a benchmark of the number of listeners you have right now, and then it'll probably go up, by 1.
By
1,000 conversion rate.
Virginia, what do you bad.
Virginia, I just think that you should make this episode 1,000, 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. Like, I think that, it's got a lot of content.
It's got a lot of length, Virginia. It doesn't have a lot of content.
Not a lot of girth.
Breadth of topics.
There's no girth. There's only length. Yeah.
It's long and broad.
Again, it's getting the fill but not being satisfied.
We understand.
Thank you, Jared.
It's kind of like they're empty calories. It's almost like
Damn.
it's like potato chips in a certain amount of way. It's a
Oh, I got a whole bag of them right here.
wow, nice. Hey, do you remember those? Potato when Lay's used to be made with Olestra that used to just run through people? Do you remember that?
Talk about that.
Oh, that was not good stuff.
My college chemistry professor was on the team that developed that, and we used to give him so much shit.
Yeah, literally Olestra.
Oh my God, we were like, why did you do that to us?
But you know what? Before your colonoscopy, that might have been the more preferable way.
Yeah, that would have been. Yeah, you're right. That could have. That's a surefire
here,
way to
eat these chips, baby, and we'll see you in the morning.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You have a choice. You can either eat Lay's with Olestra, or you can take all this solution that's chunky.
Or you can drink this crap in a bottle. Like I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'd take the chips any day.
All right, let's do Jared voicemail number 3. This was a busy week for Jared. Okay, here we go.
Hey, Doug. Hey, Strick. Jared here. Thursday, voicemail 3.
Wow.
And, of course, I'm there till the end, you fuckers. You think I would abandon you? I mean, come on, I'm here for you. And thank you so much for the offer. I greatly appreciate that on the podcasting. So I will be shooting you an email, my friend. Thanks again. I appreciate it. I will talk with you later.
So 2 things
Jared,
that Jared
I don't know
did.
if I said that. Be probably know. I mean, fuck, who am I kidding?
So there were 2 things unusual about that call. Is first of all, Jared usually he realizes that whatever we say in the show, we've forgotten 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
So he usually recaps. So when he says, thanks for the offer, I'll take you up on that. I have no idea what we fucking offered him. So
I do. I remember.
Oh, you do?
Oh yeah, Jenny with her damn eidetic memory. Don't even try to pretend you didn't say something or do something or commit to something because
Jenny,
we're here.
fill in the blank for us, Jenny. What did we promise to Jared? I think I remember.
Yeah, so Doug, you promised you'd send him the Launch Your Podcast in a Weekend
right.
course.
Yep.
And so you were like, we love you and we want to help you. So you promised him that.
Okay, I got to make a note of that because I have to send one to Tim also. Don't I have? Didn't you ask me for one, Tim? Was that you?
I did. That was me.
So I'm going to send it to both Tim and to who was the other guy?
And you know who that leaves without a podcast in this group? Marcel. Marcel's the only one that won't have a podcast then.
Yeah, the most trusted name in technology. Come on, Marcel.
Marcel.
Exactly. Yes. All right. I'll start
Doug
one
has
up.
17.
All right, Tim and Jared.
He picks up the slack.
All right, we renamed the program. It's called the Ultimate Podcast Launch Formula. Launch your podcast in 48 hours, or how to launch your podcast in 48 hours or less.
That is super
so
sexy.
we like that. Awesome. And everybody that is listening to this could actually be an affiliate of that and get somewhere between 25 to 50%. Virginia, she wants in. Jenny wants in.
Give me the link, baby.
Okay.
Dude, I'm going on the Marketers Cruise. Are you guys going on the Marketers Cruise in January?
I don't know what the Marketers Strickland.
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't know if you want to talk about it here. You want to talk about it offline, but there's a Marketers Cruise. It's in January. There are 5 cabins left. Mm-hmm.
Are any of them next to yours, Virginia?
Yeah, okay. I might need a roommate.
Yeah, I was gonna say she might need a roommate, Strickland.
All things shaken.
I got it. Well, and I wanted to do this. Hold on a second. Let me find it here. I think did we play everybody else's except for the Jenny Promotes Virginia? I want to hold on to that one for a little while because I want to do that as a commercial for Virginia at some point.
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
But you gotta hurry up. I got 7 minutes.
Okay.
I got 7 minutes, then I gotta go work.
All right. This is how the fans actually rule the show. They tell us what to do. So I think there was a little faux pas that I made a couple of weeks ago on one of the shows. I mentioned something that I need, and Jenny came to my rescue and said this. Here we go.
Hey guys, it's Jennie Bellinger. So it's Wednesday, but I'm listening to Tuesday's episode, and I'm only at the part where you guys are talking about the funnels and how Doug's really good at developing relationships that turn into tidal waves. of businesses and you're trying to figure out how to do more of that, Doug, you do realize that one of your clients coaches people how to do exactly that, right? Virginia Muzquiz teaches people how to develop relationships over time so that you get more business by referral, because she's a referral diva. Doug, I really think you should think about coming to her Rev Up Your Referrals program. She's doing one in December. She's got another one happening in April. I'm telling you, this will help you do your business even better. You are awesome at doing the whole relationship development thing. But this will help you accelerate that process. So I really think you should consider Rev Up Your Referrals. It's a 3-day workshop. It's in St. Louis. You know, we'll have some fun. I'm just saying, really, 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 you should think about doing this, because this is exactly what you're asking for on Tuesday's show. Yes. And you know someone who can coach you through the program and help you accelerate that. So just saying, you might want to think about Rev Up Your Referrals with Virginia. Anyway, bye, Doug.
Hey, Doug, right. You know what I heard from that message?
I owe you sexual favors.
I heard from that message, Jennie wants you to come to St. Louis and have some fun with her. And Jennie Muzquiz. That's all I heard.
Hey, Virginia, here's your chance. Give a 60-second plug of Rev Up Your Referrals workshop. Go.
All right, you're going to overcome the top 3 mindset problems that entrepreneurs have. Number 1, FOMO, fear of missing out. Number 2, PPFD, pervasive product focus disorder, and SHS, superhero syndrome. So we'll define your tribe. We'll develop a trusted authority communication platform that makes your ideal avatar client say, "Oh, that's me, and I want to work with you." And then we're going to teach you how to build a team of centers of influence and joint venture partners that will influence everyone they know that has the gateway problem that you solve to call you on the phone and do business. And does it work? Yeah, I got 6 emails this morning. "Oh, what's this thing you're doing, and how can I be part of it?" And I don't even know who these people are. I just got people sending them my way. So if you want to open up your email and get super easy to close the deal like that this morning right before I got on this show, this is for you. It's in St. Louis, Missouri, December 12th, 13, 14. We got another one coming up in April 2020. I got an online program that supports it. And if you email me at virginia@masterconnectors.com and you mention the Nice Guys on Business, you'll get my online program and get to come to St. Louis for $497, and that's a $4,000 value. Thank you very much.
Damn.
She is like a walking elevator pitch, isn't she? Mm-hmm. You're amazing, Virginia.
And if you want to be like me, you should come here.
That is incredible. How do you remember all that shit?
I've been saying it for 10 years. Oh, no, yeah. Here's what it is. You know what? 1,000 episodes, right? Yeah. The secret is to avoiding pod fade, right? I have a little bit of pod fade. I'm getting my act back together for Q1, but it's avoiding the fade, right? So you know exactly how to talk about Nice Guys on Business. You know exactly how to talk about what you do. Yeah. You know exactly how to do that because you do it, and you don't veer from like, okay, suddenly now you're selling I don't know, now you're selling how to build a magazine or, how to build a funnel, or like you're doing this one thing and you're just badass at it and you just keep doing it and doing it and doing it and you don't get distracted, right? So it's like when Jennie and I developed her marketing plan, and it's like, look, direct sales. The other stuff comes, but you just focus on the message of the one thing you do best. And you guys know how to do it. So that's how I do it, the same way you do.
You are amazing. That is awesome. Yes. And we will promote, if you send us links for that, we'll put it in the show, or just drop the links in the chat box, and Strickland will copy and paste it into whatever show notes that he may be creating for today's episode.
So listen, I'm not going to do links, but people can email me because I'm having conversations with people. It just doesn't make sense for people to fly into St. Louis to do a workshop that isn't going to solve their gateway problem. So it's really important for people to have a conversation with me before they give me money.
Okay. All right. I love that.
Fair enough.
The Nice Guys on Business is a gateway drug to the Nice Guys fuckery, by the way.
But people can give me money without talking to me first.
And the things he'll do for you. That's all I'm going to say.
Just ask Jenny. Jenny knows very well.
So on your screen right now is, if you're watching in the video version of this, Virginia at revupyourreferrals.com. Jenny put Virginia at masterconnectors.com too. I'm sure either one of those will get to Virginia. Just reach out to her if you're interested in that St. Louis program, either in December or April. It will be the place to be, it sounds like, and we'll have to figure out Strickland if there's enough money to spend $497 for you to go to St. Louis and check out that program. Could be good for the Nice Guys. Could be.
Now, here's the thing.
Yeah, go.
Based on what I know about the two of you and how you operate in your business, Strickland isn't the sales guy.
You saw me just pawn that off on him, didn't you? You saw me do that.
And as much as I would love to see Strickland again, it's not his monkey. It's part of his circus, but not his monkey. This is your monkey, dude.
Circus.
I was actually, I was thinking about the idea of going to, I can't go in December because I have something on December 15th, 14th and 15th, but I could go potentially in April if the date is free. And I think that it is free. I just thought that Strickland would have a more fun time with Virginia.
Yeah, Doug, I think, Doug, you're just afraid of the idea of going and having fun with Jennie Bellinger and Virginia Muzquiz.
That is a scaring yet fantastic thought at the same time.
Well, listen, we'll show you a very good time, but you know my impression of you, so I'll be good. I'll behave.
I know
how to behave, and I'm not going to piss off JJ. I know better.
Yeah, there you go. I'm scared of that woman. Anyway,
she's awesome, and I love her. I would never do anything to hurt
She'll
her.
manifest something on you.
Yeah, right?
No shit.
That's right. Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
All right. And then we had Virginia. We're going to do this thing that Lou has got is about 2.5 minutes long. I didn't know if you want to hang out for that or if you got to go before that.
I do. No, I'll listen to it. I did put up like a website, you guys, where people can take a look at the details. Don't click on the button because my web guy mapped my payments to some other chick's PayPal account.
Wow.
And we still haven't quite got that fixed yet.
Okay. I got it. And I'm going to the website right now, but for some reason it's not loading properly. And that is okay. Things happen from technology.
They do. Good. Just email me, babe.
All right. And you guys know that we have created, are you hanging out with us, Virginia? Again,
for this one, yeah, and then I got to fly.
Okay. I don't know how to get rid of this chat box. Here we go.
Click in the little red button.
I see it. So Lou Diamond created, I wanted him to create a little bit of a commercial for Turnkey. For those of you that are listening to this in the replay mode, you might know that we have a business. It's a podcast production business. And Lou Diamond was our first client, and he can't be here today. At least I don't think he was able to make it here today. So I asked him, hey, do me a favor. Give me a little bit of a synopsis how you have dealt with podcasting and your whole story as you got started with us in the podcasting world. So here is Lou's. I put a little music behind it. I wanted to make it sound nice. So here we go.
Hey, this is Lou Diamond, host of Thrive Loud and CEO of Thrive. We strive to learn about those that are thriving in their lives, their businesses, and their passions each and every day. When I think about podcasting and how integral it is to everything I do in my business today, I look back at the point when I didn't have podcasting, which is where many of you might be right now and trying to decide whether or not I should have a podcast or not, and why would I want to add this? If you want more exposure and more connection, podcasting is the door opener. The obstacle that I had, ways to communicate with my client, figuring out ways to connect to more people, recording and practicing the way I speak, practicing messaging on stage, learning how to be a better consultant, all that came out through podcasting, which is crazy. I recognized that there was this booming vehicle that was out there called podcasting. It's actually helped organize my entire life. Being a podcast host and having that time with the guests, promoting them and learning about their business and connecting with them, it's opened other doors just from friendships, people that I hang out with, people that I trust, people that I want to spend time with. Those are the things that I recognize that podcasting has done for me personally. It also became the way that I would organize other meetings and processes. And once I learned how to do it and I overcame it, it had organized me, got me more focused, and actually improved the way I am as a consultant and a speaker. What is amazing is what podcasting has done for my business. I'd say about a third of the people that run through our podcast become clients. So from a business perspective, Thrive Loud is my funnel. Podcasting has not only created a business platform, it's opened up other business opportunities that I did not even think existed. But to have access to mentors like Strickland and Doug, Turnkey is my go-to partner.
Oh yeah, touchdown, Lou Diamond.
Dude, we gotta put that up on the website. That we couldn't write a better script than that.
Doesn't that make you get up and want to do shit?
Yeah, that was beautiful.
I know.
What is that?
One for me.
Were they talking about Strick and Doug that we know, or is,
is there another Doug and Strick somewhere?
Yeah, Tim, do you know that Doug and Strick? Because I'm not sure I know that Doug and Strick.
I don't think so. Am I on the right phone call?
Wait a minute. What was that? We actually have another podcast called the Turnkey Podcast also. You know what's challenging about that? When I go over to Apple Podcasts and I type in Turnkey Podcast, we're like the 30th show that comes up. I have no idea why. Strickland, you got to fix that.
It's probably. Oh yeah, right. I'm gonna fix fucking iTunes. Right, that's gonna happen. iTunes ratings, especially. No, I think we just need to be up there longer. We just need more downloads, and we'll get up.
Yeah, maybe.
Usually, it's better to be up longer.
Hey, see, Marcel has very little to say, but when he says it, it is impactful.
It's very potent.
Very much so. Oh my gosh.
And impactful.
Jenny, can you speak to either of those things? Marcel being potent or impactful?
Oh yeah, very much so. But I'm trying to keep it clean for the NGOB show here.
Appreciate that. So I'm heading over to the Facebook page right now.
Hey, I just got a message back from Jared, and he's trying to get on. He's getting some things done, but he's trying to make it on the call soon.
All right, he's almost got another hour, so he has lots of time. Let him
plenty
know.
of time.
We'll be on for another hour.
So there's a couple of posts here, but everybody that has posted on our Nice Guys page is on the call right now. Hey, while we're doing a shameless plug, of course, Marcel Brown, go over to the Nice Guy community. It is his business, the most trusted name in technology. There's a link there, so that I'm sure that will link to his website, either that to some obscure porn site, possibly. Also, Jennie Bellinger has badassdirectsalesmastery.com. You can check her out. Of course, you're checking her out right now in her corset and her pencil skirt. She also writes, "Happy 1000th episode." Thank you, Jennie Bellinger. Did anybody ever have any doubt that we were actually going to get here to episode 1000?
I doubted it. Yeah, for a long time.
Strick, was there at any point during this run, did you feel like you were, I mean, honestly, just to share openly here, at any point did you think I'm just done? I just don't even want to do this anymore?
Nah, no. I mean, it's the fuckery show right now for Thursday is getting a little frustrating with only 35 people, but I still like just chatting with you anyway, talking, shooting shit. But other than that, it's all good.
Did anybody think that we were going to get here? Really? I mean, seriously,
I did. I mean, once you hit 900, it was like, well, you may as well just finish the damn race.
Right.
It's like training for a marathon and then running, 26 miles and leaving that last 10th of a mile and be like, no, I give up,
Yeah, but when you have like crap running down your leg,
your nipples are bleeding.
Yeah, that's right. Your t-shirt is rubbed against them for so many hours. It's like, come on, I can't do this any longer. I can't do. There was a couple of points.
Legit, not the fun way to make any of that shit happen. Running a bunch of miles. I'm just saying.
There was a couple of times that I was tired of it, but I don't think I ever seriously considered, even in the beginning. I mean, it took us. I talk about this all the time whenever we introduce new people into podcasting. Talk about the idea of taking almost 2 years to make our first cent from the show, and how often I wanted to quit and just. But we never did. I mean, you think about it, but you don't really do it because you feel like even if I have 20 people that listen to the show, I really feel like the 35 people that listen to the show, of which we have 4 of them on right now, it's like, I don't want to let you guys down. It's like,
Thank you.
That's the way I feel. Like,
early on, we did get a lot of requests from listeners, but we decided to continue doing more shows anyway. And we're glad we did.
Yeah,
no kidding. Because if you guys had stopped in year 2, we never would have met.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that was before September 2017. You never would have made it to Steve Olsher's thing. You never would have made it to all of this. So, not making money at podcasting happens a lot with people. And I have a lot of people asking me how I've monetized. I'm like, I got the right podcast coach. That's how I did that. I got on with the right people and now I'm making money.
And you know what? I got to say it too. Like, before I go, I want to thank you guys, like, from the bottom of my heart, because when I went to the New Media Summit and then I invested in Icon Maker, first, it wasn't really the promise, but I had in my head, like, that they were going to do everything for me that I needed, that they were like going to hold my hand and they were going to help me pick music and they were going to help me with my art. And then they were going to help me pick the platform and they were going to teach me how to interview and they were going to teach me how to invite my guests and that they were going to help me set up, the platform for people to like write the answer the questions and that I was going to learn how to monetize it. And that's not like no
we didn't do any of that.
And so seriously legit, I signed up thinking that's what I was going to get. Like that was in my head. That was what I wanted. So I bought a thing because I thought it was what I was getting. And, then I remember calling you, Doug, and I'm like, I'm not getting what I want. And you're like, well, that's because you didn't buy what you want. Like, if you want to buy what you want, this is what you need. And then we worked it out and you guys worked with me. And hopefully you learned your lesson because, I taught you a few things along the way, like stop putting up with people like me and and put us in our place. And then you hired Jennie and she got the writing crap. And then I was like straight and narrow, man. Right. So, but no, seriously, best in the business. Like when they made you guys, they broke the mold. There just aren't a lot of people in the information industry, in the coaching industry, in the industry that have integrity and that don't sell you something that you don't need. Like when you talk to people and they're coming on board with you, it's because they want a podcast, but because podcasting's good for them. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And so I personally, because of you guys and because of the level of integrity that you have, am now on a mission to make sure that every single coach doesn't take money from people that don't need the solution that they're selling, because I think a lot of that's going on and I think it sucks. And that whole commitment came because of my experience with you guys. So Thank you for helping me create a podcast that rocks. Thank you for helping me transition to a new, format. Like everything we did, you guys have just been the best, and you have inspired me to inspire a shift in the industry because of what you stand for.
Awesome. So, well, geez,
we appreciate it.
No idea. Thank you for those. Thank you for those kind words. And Jennie, thank you also for all the stuff that you have done for us with the DIY program, just getting our launch in a weekend, which is now the ultimate podcast launch formula, getting that off the ground. So many great things. And Tim and Marcel, thank you for being there to support us and listen to the show and provide your comedic memes, sometimes several times a day, Tim. That's awesome. I appreciate getting those from you. And Marcel, just thank you for taking care of Jennie in only the ways that you can take care of her. So thank you so much.
I was going to say thank you, Jennie, for wearing the corset. And thank you, Marcel, for supporting Jennie for wearing the corset.
No problem.
All right, guys, I'm going to hop off. It's great to see you guys, and I look forward to being amongst you in 2020. If you're coming to St. Louis, let me know. And seriously, there are 5 cabins on the Marketers Cruise, so if you're interested, if you guys personally are interested in that.
When is that one? When is that?
It's in January, like the 17th or 18th to the 26th.
Okay, I will check it out if I have. Yeah, go ahead, Tim.
I was say maybe the next Nice Guys meetup could be in St. Louis around that. We could coordinate all that together.
Mm-hmm.
Just a thought.
I'd love it.
Do it.
Bye, Virginia. Bye, Virginia.
Bye, Doug. Bye, Doug. You be a good boy now.
I am always.
I'll see you at 3:00 for our mani-pedi.
Mama. Yes, ma'am. I'll be there on time. Yes, ma'am.
That'll be a first.
Damn.
Now, Doug, don't make Jennie beat you.
No, that's very true. No, she might enjoy that too much. Thank you. And she's out. She's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So, Strick, did you drop into the shared drive? Did you drop in the Steve O'Brien?
I did. There's a bunch of Steve O'Brien drops, including the new intro that everybody will hear starting Monday.
All right, hold on a second. I'm going to refresh my screen because it hadn't come up yet. So let's do that. Okay, which one should I start with? Strickland. Oh, hey, hold on a second. I got to share my screen.
Yeah, I just put a bunch of extra drops in. I don't know if we want to wait on the drops. Maybe we'll wait for the drops for Steve O'Brien to actually come on, and he can rehear the drops that he probably hasn't heard in ages.
Okay, and he's here in about 15 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, that'll be cool. Let me. Is there stuff other than Steve O'Brien drops in there? Or is it just?
Well,
Steve
the other
O'Brien
one I
drops?
put in there was the Patreon, which is a long one, which is pretty entertaining. That anybody that most people probably haven't heard the
That
Save the
is one of my
Podcast.
favorites.
That's a good
I like
one.
it. I like it. I was thinking
well
you could
done.
put that one on, like if you need to go, like run to the bathroom or something, because it's like 2 minutes long.
Well, 2 minutes. I
It's
mean,
like Freebird for DJs. It's a long song so they can go to the bathroom.
All right,
Exactly.
so here, this is so when did we start? When did we start doing Patreon on the nice?
God.
I don't even know. I can't remember.
3 years ago, and then we stopped like 6 months later, a year later.
Yeah, we did it for maybe 6 months or a year. We had gotten up to maybe, we were listening to these shows. I think we were modeling it after these shows that, like the do you listen to that show, that Vegas show anymore, Strickland?
Oh yeah, 500 by Midnight. Yeah, they get a lot of Patreon patrons that support.
Right. So we kind of modeled it after them in trying to get what they got. And how many people do they have? They get thousands of dollars a month from Patreon, don't they?
I'm curious. I got to look it up now. I don't know what they get.
So
But I'm going to look it up.
Strick and I sat down and actually cut an ad, a Patreon ad that we placed on our Patreon homepage, and this is that advertisement. I'm assuming it's the one that says Patreon Save the Podcast. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I remember this now.
Every day, 200 podcasts stop publishing. That means every 6 minutes, someone will be disappointed that they can no longer hear John talk about how to prepare for the upcoming zombie apocalypse, or hear Jane dissect every episode of the Twilight trilogy in agonizing detail. Please, don't let this happen to the Nice Guys on Business. For as little as $2 a month, you could help the Nice Guys on Business continue to put out this piece of crap they like to call a podcast. It's challenging to come up with enough content to fill 5 episodes a week, but despite all of your continued objections, they somehow find the strength to keep doing it, week after week after week. We know what it takes to save podcasts. It takes them, you, and as little as $2 a month. Your donation can help to deliver more guests to interview, alcohol to keep Tuesday and Thursday shows interesting, and more social media follows for Strickland to ignore. Please, click the link at patreon.com/nice guys and say yes. I can spare less than 10 cents per episode to help keep my ride into work slightly less annoying every day. Click now and receive so many useless extras, like Doug and Strickland talking before the shows, listening while they record an episode, or getting a Funkin' Fans t-shirt you'll probably use as an oil rag or to clean up your child's throw-up from the kitchen floor. This is all for you as a hollow thank you for your support and a reminder that you're making a difference in the Nice Guys' lives today. A podcast is shuttered every 6 minutes, but it doesn't have to be this way. For as little as $2 a month, you can make a difference. Please, go to the show notes and click on the Patreon link now. Your support of their fuckery could save a podcast. Also, what would you do if you didn't hear my velvety smooth voice doing their intros and outros every day? Well, I could give you the names of about 50 other podcasts that I've done voiceover work for that are a ton more interesting, but let's not go there quite yet. What Doug and Strickland are doing right now is important, depending on how you define important. At least it's important to them, although I still can't figure out why. If it's even a little bit important to you, for as little as $2 a month, you can help keep it going. Please help if you can. Otherwise, Doug will have his feelings hurt. By goodness, we don't want that. For the Nice Guys on Business, I'm Steve O'Brien. Thank you for your support.
Angel music behind it, or did he do that?
Oh no, I told him to put the music in. I mean, there's I think there's an egg.
You
in the end
fucker
here.
spelled my name wrong again. I can't believe this after all this time. You can't even spell right.
I don't know if I've ever listened to that part of it.
Oh yeah. So what's great about that is to figure out what I wanted to write for the script. Like he improv'd a little. Most of that was my script, but I went to YouTube and listened to one of like the Sarah McLachlan animal, rights commercials, right?
Yeah.
And I basically would listen to a paragraph and then I would rewrite it for us. I mean, it's literally the same structure. It's exactly the same structure. It's like, okay, how can I make fun of this? Okay, let's write that. Okay, let's listen. Okay, how can I make fun of that? Okay, let's listen.
Oh, that's so great.
I wrote it up.
So we found Steve O'Brien. I think we just did a Google search and we found Steve-O and we found, remember Susan Bennett came on the Nice Guys on Business, and Susan Bennett, for those that don't know who she is the voice behind Siri. So she came on the show.
I remember that episode.
Yeah, she was really good, but she wouldn't do anything as Siri. I don't know if she was allowed to.
She's probably contractually not allowed to.
I think that's right. And also I believe that I can't remember if it was from her or maybe her agent ahead of time. I can't remember how this went down, but it was something like, just don't ask questions. So I'm like, okay. And she was such a sweetheart. She was such a great person, but she actually had a lot of technology phobias. She didn't have a microphone. There was a lot of stuff that we had to, I think we actually sent her a microphone.
I don't even remember. So long ago.
So when we approached Steve O'Brien, who was just a Google search, I think there was one other person at the same time. Do you remember the story?
We went to a site that was like, create your podcast intro and outro, right? And it was just one of these sites where it's like, okay, pick your voice, right? And there's like 20 people we could choose from. And so we're going through the voices and we're like, oh, I like this guy, right? You and I both picked him and he basically did it. And the very first voiceover that he did, he pronounced your name wrong. He's like, and now the Nice Guys on Business with Strickland Bonner and Doug Sadler. And we emailed him back and we're like, hey, dude, man, great job. We love the read. We love it. Because he wrote the script and everything. He was like, we didn't know what the hell we were doing. So he's like, tell me about your business. Tell me about your podcast. Tell me what you do. And so we just made notes and he wrote the whole script and did the music and everything. And so we said, hey, everything is perfect except you said Doug's name wrong. And he was like, cool. It was all good. And then, I don't know, like a month or two in, I'm like, somehow I started thinking about like doing movie quotes or doing different intros or something. And I'm like, you know what? That guy that did our voiceover, he was pretty funny, right? Maybe we'll do this. So I wrote up like 10 movie quotes and I'm like, hey, dude, can you just tell me what it would cost? We reach out to him directly. Tell me what it would cost to do a read on these, right? So he does a read on them and we start doing intros and I'm like, okay, well, this is fun. Let's do more of this, right? And so the second round that I did, it had a bunch of quotes from Airplane, right? And wait a minute, I got to copy some in here. So when we did the Airplane quotes, and he's just sending me this raw audio, right? Like he'll do 3 reads of it or something, right? Mm-hmm. And so he does reads and he reads our Airplane quotes. And I think I said, I put, hey, pick the wrong week to stop sniffing glue, pick the wrong week to stop drinking, pick the wrong week to quit amphetamines. And he improvs and he goes, man, looks like the Nice Guys picked the wrong week to stop being assholes. And then he also said, he just goes, so what do you make of this? Oh, it's a pterodactyl. It's a brooch. he just like randomly said that, right? Which is totally like such a great line from the movie, but it was kind of a deep line from the movie. And then he said, by the way, I want to let you all know, we're all counting on you. Good luck. Like, that's the way he ended the whole thing. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's fucking brilliant, right? So the next list I sent him, I'm like, dude, I used every one of your drops and you have to improv. And it's just like, we've got over 200 or 250 of them now. I mean, if I'll think of a funny movie line that we can change, I'll make a note of it. And when I get like 10 or 12, I just send them to him.
Strickland doesn't realize we would actually have about 250,000 more in the bank right now. If it wasn't for the 300 drops, the 3,000. No, he's actually extremely reasonably priced, and excited to have him on the show. Did you drop more of those his quotes into the?
Hang on, I want to get those airplane ones, and I'll drop them in. But keep talking. And
you guys have
he's a great guy. We met in Indianapolis for breakfast.
Oh yeah, you've met him.
I was in there. I'm the only one who's met him on the whole podcast.
So Steve-O has been.
He's a super guy. We're trying to get together before the end of the year.
Nice. Yeah, he actually was he came on the show as a guest, and I was thinking, he does so much better on his own than for me to be able to, like, what am I going to ask him questions about? Like, could you say a couple of things for me? It's like when Siri was on the show, I wanted to know a little bit behind what, the life of Siri and how she got found and all that stuff. And what I realized with Siri, and she was a wonderful guest, but she's shy. She really is shy. You give her a line and she's really great. Steve-O has this amazing personality behind the voice that he does all of his stuff with. And he's just such a great guy. And the fact that he ad-libs for us is even better. I'm hoping that we've sent him some business over the years. I have no idea how many people have hopped on board with his services, but we promote him all the time. And
we've tried. We definitely talk about him all the time whenever we can. Yeah.
Yeah. He was in the radio business, and I think that he found his way out of the radio business through the back door. I'm not sure that the radio business is really, really challenging. So started doing his own voiceovers, and we'll see if we can dig out. If not, just go to DougSandler.com, and in the little search box, just type Steve O'Brien and it'll be in there. You put some things in there, Strick?
Yeah, I put some new ones in there. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I put in the montage. I made a montage of the wrong week ones.
All right, let's go. So EGG. Oh, that's Easter egg. So I'll play the first few.
Yeah, play the one that there's an open that says wrong week, like airplane wrong week open.
All right, here we go. Let's play the audio. I think I have hold on a second. I'm going to try something here. I'm going to stop sharing for a moment. I think I have the ability to just share audio in the advanced area, computer sound only. Let's check this out. Okay, now I'm sharing. We are still here, but let's see what happens. You still see everything? You don't see my screen, correct?
Right.
Correct.
Wow. Okay,
Correct.
let's see tell me if you can hear this. Just give me a thumbs up.
What do they make of this? A pterodactyl. A brooch.
All right. So it's a little challenging out of context. Oh, here's another
one.
one.
Well, but that one was just like
what do they make of this? A pterodactyl.
Oh, wait, I just played that one. Here's another one.
What do they make of this? A pterodactyl.
Wait a minute, Strickland.
A brooch.
All right, hold on.
Well, looks like they picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue. They picked the wrong week to quit drinking. They picked the wrong week to quit amphetamines. Looks like they picked the wrong week to stop being assholes. Need an education on how to grow your business? The nice guys are here to help. Learn about great customer service, networking, and how just being nice can help you prosper. Now, here are your hosts, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
And I think that music that we picked, which is, I love our music. I think I just picked it through one of the services, right?
That was one. Yeah, he had music, and you had music that you liked even better, and we gave that to him, and that's what he uses. And that was really good music. Yeah.
I just always assumed that was Strickland playing guitar. Since you were in a band, I just thought you did your own.
I'm not that good now.
All right, here's another one, an Easter egg, top 5 abandoned show names. All right, let's try this one.
This is totally
all right. Top 5 names the nice guys on business almost called their podcast. Number 5, Oceans 2. Super original, guys. Number 4, the Dynamic Dill Rods. I like the visual, and it's accurate. Number 3, Biz Talk with Ross and Rachel. Doesn't even make any sense. Number 2, Game of Fuckery. That was a close one because that really hits home. And number 1, 1.5 Men.
Oh, okay.
That's great.
Okay, so that one he totally improv. I got to put one more in. That's absolutely my favorite outro that he does ever. Wait a minute.
I hope it's the same one I'm thinking of. I love that one.
Okay, so I just copied it in, Doug. It's called Close Long. Don't try this at home.
Okay.
And so,
hold on a sec. Before you get to that, there's one that's here, mail truck snafu.
oh my God. So the mail truck snafu is one that, we know him so well. He doesn't even edit. And when he does reads, he'll do 2 quick reads and it's just like one long stream of consciousness thing, right? So he sent me one and he heard the mail truck outside, right? And he was like, wait a minute, can you hear that? And so it was something that he just assumed I would cut out. But of course, I'm totally stolen used for an Easter egg. So go ahead and play that.
All right, here we go. Mail egg.
We kind of should wait till he should be here in like 2 minutes, but gee, fuck it, we're just impatient.
Oh, this is good. We're so impatient. Let's play this one. This is a good one.
Right now, you're probably thinking, boy, am I glad I left the kids at home for this episode. Am I the only one that can hear that? There's the fucking mail truck always has no muffler on it. Drives me crazy. It's one of the few sounds that can penetrate my fortress of solitude here. And the mail lady, she's a sweetheart too. It's not her fault. Not at all. It's the U.S. fucking government's fault. Ah, damn it. That drives me crazy.
That was the one I was hoping for. I love that one.
I told him I used that, and he basically was like, oh shit, really? I got to be more careful what I say when I send recordings to you guys.
God, that's the best. That is so good. Did you say you dropped another one in there?
I dropped another one. It's called Close Long. Don't try this at home.
Okay.
And so the script that I gave him for this one, it was basically like, hey, thanks for listening to Nice Guys on Business or something. Please don't try this at home. I know it looks easy, but Doug and Strickland are professionals. Like that was it. That was the whole script I sent him, and you got to listen and hear the whole rest.
All right, here we go. Close long. Don't try this at home.
The Nice Guys on Business are professional podcasters. Please do not try this at home. It may seem simple, kids, but lots of people get hurt in the process. Void where prohibited, including Mexico, Puerto Rico, Fredonia, or your in-laws. The Nice Guys on Business are not responsible for any claims of liability or any guarantee that these two morons know what they're talking about. There is no promise that being nice to people will help your business, but calling people assholes, dumb, incontinent fuckwads will definitely lose you business. For any and all claims, shit in one hand and wish in the other, and see which one fills up first. Thank you for listening to the Nice Guys on Business podcast. I'm Steve O'Brien.
Yeah.
I love that. You're like, I'm Steve O'Brien, giving you this completely unofficial read right now.
All right, Steve-O is here. Jared is here. Let me invite these guys in. Hold on a second. I'm going to
Jared is here.
Panelists. I'm going to promote Steve-O to panelist also. Okay, welcome, gents, to the Nice Guys on Business.
Steve O'Brien in his fortress of solitude.
Steve-O is muted for some reason, or he can't figure out how the equipment works. Just unmute yourself, Steve.
He's a newbie.
Jared, what's up?
Jared.
What's up, brother?
There you
So
are.
now you guys can hear all the nasty shit I've been saying about you for the last one.
Let me tell you, that is so hot to hear.
I know, right? Isn't it weird to see Steve O'Brien here? I'm actually just talking to you. It's kind of like, when you have you ever seen specials where they have the people that do the cartoon voices, and you see them, right? Yeah. And it's like SpongeBob or somebody, it's like, it's kind of surreal. And that's how we feel when we see Steve O'Brien on video talking to us.
It's like the two unsung heroes of the Nice Guys on Business enter at the same time, and Jared and Steve-O. Jared is the prolific voicemail leaver of all time. I've never heard somebody leave so many messages for the Nice Guys on Business. And Steve-O, you actually are on the show. You're the only person that has been on all 1,000 episodes of the Nice Guys on Business.
And for the longest time, I was the only one making money on the whole thing.
Right? That's true. Right. Like a year in, I send you the 4th list of movies, and you're like, hey, I'm going to send you a bill. Are you guys making any money yet? No. Right. Okay.
We actually outlasted all of the naysayers, Steve. They said these guys are these asses are gonna quit a long time before they make any money.
Nope. No, you're still here. You're like syphilis, man. You never go away.
Hey, Jared, man, we've already heard from you 4 times today. I think you had 4 voicemails that you left for us between last show and this one. How's it going, man?
You're welcome. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I was just happy that I could make it on here. So, Tim shot me a message and prompted me to speed up. So I hurried up and made it on. I'm thankful.
So we appreciate it. We appreciate it. Jared is the king of the compliment sandwich. So the two things that are expected.
Hold on, Strick. Why don't you let Jared set up what he normally does? Jared, why don't you share? You know what the compliment sandwich is now, right?
Well, I referred to it as the shit sandwich, but whatever.
So why don't you say give us the breakdown of what a proper message Jared style is on the Nice Guys on Business.
Well, I guess, it just kind of happens. I typically say something really nice to you guys, and then I smack you around a little bit, and then I say something nice again.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. But what's important is you always have to start with, hey guys, it's Jared. So you got to introduce yourself. Second of all, with us, you don't have to introduce yourself anymore because we definitely know who you are, but we appreciate it for our listeners. Second thing is, hey, I'm listening to Thursday episode and you guys just talked about X, and you have to explain what you're listening to.
Oh, yeah.
Because we never remember what we talked about the week before.
No.
And
it also makes it easier for me when I'm listening, so that way I know what I was referring to.
Exactly. And then you tell us how much you liked it, and then you tell us why we fucked it up, and then you say, love you guys, keep up the great fuckery. That is a Jared message right there.
Yep.
That's the expectation.
Pretty much, yeah. That's you nailed it, man.
And we love it. We love it so much. So Steve O'Brien, how are things for you, sir?
Things are great. Indiana's awesome. It's a little soggy today, but still beautiful Hoosier state. And I'm disappointed I didn't get to see you guys this last time. I know you guys had fun down in St. Louis, but we're going to have to work on that this spring.
I feel so inadequate whenever Steve O'Brien talks. I'm like, I don't really know. Strick, I'm just going to go grab a sandwich. You guys.
We're just going to let Steve read the phone book and it'll be all good.
Oh my gosh. So
I have a friend that has actually said he's going to pay me to just narrate his life while he walks around all day long. I'm game. Let's do it.
Oh my God. It would make it so much more interesting.
Get out the checkbook.
I heard a line once that was not attributed to Morgan Freeman, but where they mentioned Morgan Freeman. I think I'm going to replace Morgan Freeman with Steve O'Brien. The line was, they've done research and they say that before you actually believe a fact, you actually have to hear it said 7 times or hear it said once by Steve O'Brien. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Hey, so Steve, so you've been in this business, the voiceover business for many years, but you now are doing it full time. How long have you been doing it full time now?
It's been 5 years.
So you really just as soon as the Nice Guys. So do you attribute a lot of your full time entrepreneurship success to the lessons that you learned on the Nice Guys on Business?
Yes. In fact, I'm going to put you on my business cards. I have fucked up my life because of these two guys.
He actually got fired from his other job.
Yeah, they left. They fired him from his other job. Jared was saying because he was a known associate of the Nice Guys on Business.
Yes.
That's why we all end up in business for ourselves, because you get us fired.
That or you just can't get along with people, and you don't want to bathe anymore. So,
hey Doug, there's a drop in there. There's a drop in there called "Egg Over 1,000 Episodes." You have to play that one.
All right, let me go to it. Hold on, Egg Over 1,000.
Because this was one that we asked Steve O'Brien to record something for our 400th. Hey guys, congratulations on your 400th episode. I can't believe you made it this long. Whatever. And this is what he gave us instead.
Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can find this. Egg Over 1,000. Here we go.
Over 1,000 shows. It's not their 1,000th show. It just feels like it. That's fucked up.
I've heard that like 100 times, but every time I hear that, it's the read. Steve, look, I know you appreciate this from being a radio so long, right? It's like just that's fucked up. It's just the read is so perfect and so deadpan. It makes me laugh every goddamn time.
Do you have the Gladiator one that I did for you guys?
Let me copy it in. Yeah.
And while Whoa. And
The
while he's doing
Marcellus-
that, what I wanted to do is just say, you guys realize this episode is the montage episode from every sitcom that we all go, oh man, they ran out of shit to cover.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we felt like it was
They
episode
still
1000.
talk 20 more minutes.
Right. It was yeah, and we're still going to go on for another 20 minutes from here. You're exactly right. Hey, listen, we're going to go on until the top of the hour. We promised everybody 2 hours. And if you're listening to this now and it's only 5 after, that means you have another 55 minutes to go. Even if you hear just dead air, you've got to listen to the dead air for the very end of the show.
It's like the last episode you guys just did. It's like, shit, we ain't got nothing to talk about. We're done. Oh, then you go another 20 minutes.
That was one of our.
Pretty much.
This will probably be so. Strick, how we're not gonna break this episode up into half for Tuesday and Thursday.
I'll figure something out.
We all have a pause button and a stop button. I mean, we can pick up where we left off.
That's true.
We don't want Strick to do extra work.
We also got fast forward. Just really, you need to hear the beginning and the end.
Right.
That's right. Makes it easier to skip to Steve-O.
Steve, if we could figure out how to get a mid-roll something from Steve, at least people will be confused as to where they actually have to listen again. So we should do a beginning and an end with Steve, and then it'll be like a Steve sandwich. That'll be probably a good idea.
Hey, Steve, we could you need to record something like, hey, Nice Guys on Business is their 1000th episode. And then you can just say it here and then send me a bill for, whatever. It's okay.
Yeah, we'll take
it.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So what am I going? Which one am I doing, Strick?
Marcus Decimus.
Okay, here we go.
This was totally.
My name is Marcus Decimus Meridius, commander of the armies of the North, general of the Felix legions, loyal servant to the true emperor Marcus Aurelius, father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife. And I will have my vengeance in this life or the next against the nice guys on business.
There's one for Taken too, which is great. That I
oh, that's right. I forgot about that one.
I wrote one for Taken that was like, hey, I have a special set of skills, and I will find you, I will kill you, and the nice guys on business. And there goes the other half of my sign that I got to tape back up again. And then Steve redid one later that said, I will find you, I will find you. Oh, and he said, and I'll make you listen to the Nice Guys on Business podcast, which is way funnier than what I wrote.
He's got an acting career. Definitely has an ad-lib career for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to say real quick, you see this right here? This is the empty spot where my pen is supposed to be.
Oh, damn. Yeah, I got to send Jared's pen out too. Hang on, I got to tape up my.
Oh, no way.
I'll be right back.
Tim's got.
Oh, wait, that's right. I was supposed to have 2 of them, so I got 2 empty spots.
Just a little lower, Jared. Just a little lower. Right where Jenny's putting hers. Hey, who
delivered to Effingham, Indiana? Or Illinois.
Did we lose? We must have lost somebody.
That's
Who did we
right.
lose? Did somebody walk out?
Marcel got kicked out and came back.
No, Marcel's here. Oh, maybe
He
that's
went
what
and
it
got
was.
something to eat. He's
I
eating
didn't kick
food.
out. I went to get something to eat.
He got very bored. He got bored and he came back.
Yeah,
You get hungry in space.
The other side of my sign
Yeah,
was
his
falling down.
sugar level was low. He had to go get something to eat.
My step and repeat was falling down again. So I just taped it up today so we could have the nice guys on business background. See?
So, Steve-O, since you're here, I'd love you to give a plug for your business. Talk about what you do, how you do it. It's obvious what you do, but how do you do what you do? And I know you're such a dedicated guy. You take your travel microphone on vacation with you to do. You've done drops for us when you've been camping. So share a little bit about who you are, what you do.
Hang on a second, Steve-O. Hang on. I'm going to answer that question. He picks up the mic and he talks. That's how he does it. He is freaking amazing. All right, go ahead. You can be official, man.
What Jared said. No, the majority of what I do is actually business narrations for corporations. So I do a lot of their work and, as a serious guy, actually. But I do most of my work in Europe, which is weird. So I do a lot of like Volkswagen, Audi, Porsche, companies like this. But one thing I'm actually decent at is that I can sound like I can speak Italian words, even though I don't understand Italian, or I can say German words, even though I don't understand German. They just tell me how to say it, and I do. I'm a good parrot.
What? So do you have any?
But they what? Yeah, they want it in, like, they want the English voice. They want a U.S. accent speaking in German or speaking
Wait, can you give us
Italian.
could you give us an example? I'm really curious. Would you be?
Yeah.
Are you able to do that, or is it?
Let me see if I can pull something up here.
All right. And while you're pulling that up, Steve-O, I did not get a chance, Tim, to plug your business too. So take a moment and plug your business, because I want to make sure that you get time before the end of the show to do that too, Tim Hill.
All right, I appreciate that. And it's actually just starting, and I appreciate the podcast information you're going to send us. But Michelle and I are starting a business called Connect Over Coffee. And we've got a Facebook page up. We're working on our podcast. We're going to do some recording today as well. But we found two things that we think people can connect over. Well, one thing they can connect over is coffee. And I have the expertise in that with a lot of coffee knowledge, different things. But a lot of people in our digital world have lost the ability to communicate face to face. They do it by screens, but it's not the same. So we're trying to give tips on how to have conversation, meaningful conversation, and connect with people over coffee. Or even if you don't like coffee, you need to connect, because Michelle does not like coffee. She likes to smell of coffee. She likes to cook with coffee, but she doesn't like to drink coffee.
Great
Yet.
idea.
That's my quest, is to get her to like coffee. So
No, because then that's more coffee for us if she doesn't like it.
It's not. There's not coffee scarcity in the world.
There's plenty of coffee to go around. She does like tea though. So we're gonna start a podcast, and we're gonna have two parts of it where we're doing some coffee stuff that I'm doing. Things about coffee, ways to prepare coffee. She has the connection side where different ways to connect and reach people, have a challenge each week. If somebody you haven't talked to since high school, reach out to them, see how they're doing, and just, attack the loneliness aspect and the lack of communication. It's an art form that's disappeared.
Great idea. And I'm looking forward to helping you launch that podcast. So I'll send you over the materials.
The website is connectoverpodcast.net, but we do have Instagram and Facebook up running as well.
Nice.
And I'll be happy to do a read for an open.
I'm sorry, it's connectovercoffee.net, the podcast part I messed up.
Okay.
Connectovercoffee.net.
I'll be happy to do a free read for an open and close for you, but Steve O'Brien would charge you. He's very expensive.
Hey, I'll buy you breakfast in Indiana, Steve, if you do my voiceover.
Or another, we'll go have tenderloin somewhere.
Yeah, that big as your head tenderloin?
Yes. Nice.
All right, we'll do that anyway. But
nice. Thanks, Tim. I appreciate you being a fan of the show, and thanks for promoting and doing all you do. And I know you have a passion project that you work on as well. So looking forward to having much more promotion of that on the show too. So thanks for doing all you do.
And we are going to go to Guatemala again in the summer of next year, like we did this year. So we were just talking about that at breakfast this morning, that it's time to kick that back in and make that commitment. So we'll go back to Guatemala.
You are our cause, so we'll be happy to do that.
That's great work.
Thank you very much. Y'all all generous last time, and we're very much grateful for that.
All right, Steve-O, we're ready for some Lamborghini or Ferrari Italian or German, whatever you choose.
What is it? I'm trying to think. This is see if you can hear this. I don't know if you can or not. Can you hear that?
No, you got to, you'd have to do an audio share through Zoom.
Is it the mail truck?
Oh, okay. Fucking audio. God damn it. Just thinking about it pisses me off.
Oh, that's great. No, Doug, you have to stop sharing audio so that he can start sharing audio.
I don't know that as a participant, maybe because he's a panelist, maybe I can. So hold on, let's do that. Let me stop. Who can share? All panelists can share. So let's do that. I don't know that I am sharing anymore. Yes, I am.
All panelists can share sound. Yeah,
Hold
it
on.
says say Doug is sharing sound.
Let me go back to basic. And no, it shows that
I see a thing at the top that says Doug Sandler is sharing computer
Agreed.
sound.
It says it there, so I don't know how to stop. Oh, stop share. Here we go. Okay, Steve-O, hit the share, and then when you hit share, there is an advanced tab, probably.
Okay.
And then the middle one is computer sound only.
You notice how he said probably. He's making shit up as he goes.
He might be
totally making shit up.
Might be making stuff up.
All right, let's see if you can hear this.
Oh wait, hold on, Steve. I think you have to stop sharing for 1 second.
Okay.
This is the beauty of modern technology. Up at the top, there's a little bar across the top, and I think it says stop share. If I remember correctly.
Hold on a sec. I'm not seeing
This
it.
is why Strickland does the technology portion of the show.
Pretty much.
Oh, now
Okay,
Steve-
stop share.
There you go. Okay, now go back into your share, but before you finalize anything, don't hit the share button yet, but up at the top, doesn't it say basic, advanced, and files?
Yeah.
Okay.
Computer sound only.
Okay, so just click on that, and then go back to your thing. You won't be sharing your screen. You'll just be sharing your audio, and let's hear what it sounds like.
It's asking for a password.
Oh, no, you got a password now. I have no idea what that is. Sorry, Steve, you're going to have to do it. There we go.
It's 666.
There you go. We can hear that.
The heritage of past glory is still alive. Here is where Farnese Vini's headquarters are located. Farnese Vini collects the best grapes from 5 Italian regions: Abruzzo, Campania, Basilicata, Sicilia, and Puglia. A variety of landscapes, climates, and soils, able to nurture vines and grapes of immense quality.
I'm waiting for the dig on the nice guys.
Oh man.
Yep, I'm waiting for the joke. Where's it at?
And they have no idea that you are our Leslie Nielsen. I mean, all of those guys in Airplane were serious actors before they did Airplane. It was like big dramatic actors. That was all they did. And Steve-O, that's what you are to us. You are our Leslie Nielsen.
Have you ever?
I'm an old man with some kind of a dementia. That's nice.
Have you ever gotten any shit for being the voiceover guy for the nice guys on? Has anybody ever said? I gotta find out. Does anybody ever talk about you doing anything for the nice guys, or is it just completely fly under the radar screen? And that's probably the answer, right?
Well, since only 7 people that are on this video listen, no.
Right. The only people that ever listen.
No, I've had a couple people mention it to me.
Really?
They're like, "Are you that's the same Steve O'Brien?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." They're like, "Man, you cuss a lot." I'm like, "Yeah."
It is funny. I have a lot of guests, so I hit record. We go through the entire episode. My last line is Steve O'Brien, take us out of here, and then I hit stop immediately, so Strickland doesn't have to do any editing on the tail end of the show. And I would probably say a good 30-40% of the people that I'm interviewing say, "Who is Steve O'Brien?" And and if you could give me a good one-line answer, I would very much appreciate it.
So essentially, I'm a voice actor in Indianapolis, is what I am. And
okay, so what would be the other answer I could give? Something that would be totally fucked up.
I'm a poor black child here in Indianapolis. No, I mean, I don't know what else to say besides I got hooked up with you two goofballs, and it's been a blast ever since. I mean, almost 5 years now, isn't it?
Yeah, something
March,
like that.
March will be 5 years.
Wow. I got the answer for you, Doug.
All right, Jared, go ahead.
When they ask you who is Steve O'Brien, you just tell them he is the reason people listen to the podcast.
Right. There you go. There you go. That's it. It's funny. We connected with Steve Olsher many years ago, a couple years ago now, and his show Reinvention Radio, that was a show before we knew him. Right. You did the voiceover for it. We had no idea until we actually heard it, and he was like, "Oh yeah, we got a new show, Beyond 8 Figures. I'll get my voiceover guy to do it." Okay, and we're like, he sends it to us, and it's like, wait a minute, that's Steve O'Brien. He's like, "Oh yeah, he did Reinvention Radio a couple years ago." So I'm like, no shit, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I do 3. I do 3 for him, 3 or more. Yeah, so he keeps me busy. I like him.
Good.
But you still don't do Thrive though, do you?
No, yeah. I do Thrive. Thrive Loud is actually my voiceover doing Lou Diamond.
That's the best. He goes.
You've probably done some drops for Lou.
Strickland fucking Bonner.
No, you have to say it right. You have to go Strickland fucking Bonner.
Now, wait a minute. I've got a good drop for that too, which is one that Steve recorded. Wait a minute.
All right,
Strickland doing voiceover. Here we go. I'm going to drop it in for you.
Okay, throw it in there.
Yeah, there's one called Egg. Strickland doing voiceover. This was when I did the open and close for Thrive Loud, and of course Lou Diamond's been calling Steve O'Brien for a bunch of.
Okay, let me.
When he wants a real drop, he calls Steve. When he just wants something.
I was going to say I've done stuff for him before. It's been a while.
You did his speech intro too. I think you really love that.
All
He's
right.
great.
Should I play the? I'm going to play the Ferris Bueller one first. Okay.
So here's what's fun. Okay, the Ferris Bueller one. Go ahead and play the Ferris Bueller one first.
Okay. Here we go.
The Nice Guys on Business podcast. The sportos, the motorheads, geeks, sluts, bloods, wastoids, dweebs, dickheads. They think they're righteous dudes. Need an education on how to grow your business? The Nice Guys are here to help. Learn about great customer service.
When I sent the script for that, it was like the whole list of like, and the Nice Guys on Business or something like that, right?
And how just being nice.
Steve O'Brien dropped in, they think they're righteous dudes, which makes the whole quote. Like, I'm like, oh my God, how the hell did I forget that? That's the most important thing. But of course, Steve O'Brien, being the professional that he is, picked right up on it and dropped it right. And it just makes the drop.
I was a kid when that came out. You know, that was a show that we all watched in the 80s. It was.
So this one is the Easter egg Strickland doing voiceovers. Here we go.
Well, did he ask if I could do voiceover for his show? You said he got someone else to do the voiceover. Well, who did he use? Strickland Bonner? No, seriously, who's he using? Strickland Bonner. You're kidding. Strickland is a voiceover for one of the most popular business podcast shows? Seriously? Well, that's it. The world is officially ended as we know it. Hell has frozen over. I seriously need to rethink my professional goals. Thrive fucking loud? Jeez. Strickland fucking Bonner.
You know, anytime I talk about him, I literally have to refrain from saying it exactly like that.
Strickland fucking Bonner. There was something I made a comment on, Steve. I think it was on Facebook. You did something and I like commented something like that I was really offended or whatever, right? I don't remember. And you IM'd me. You were like, hey, man, I wish I could remember what it was now. Because you were like, you okay? You really mad? And I'm like, fuck no, I'm not really mad. I don't give a shit. But Steve O'Brien was very concerned that I was actually mad at him because I made some comment of like, what kind of an asshole are you? Why would you say that? I don't remember what it was.
You know, that's the one thing I think that I don't want people to actually think I don't like you guys or you don't like me. And like, we're actually good friends and we just like to blow each other a lot of shit. That's it.
Oh yeah, totally. Oh my gosh. And we build you up to be a god because that's who you are. You are the voiceover god of the Nice Guys on Business. It just goes without saying that a complete episode would not be complete without Steve-O's open and close. And again, you are the only one that has been on all 1,000 episodes, and 999 of them, you actually pronounced my name right. So,
you know, did you ever card out the one where I screwed it up?
Oh,
I mean, you should do that.
I should do that.
Yeah, we should do
I don't think I've ever heard that one.
Well,
everything is perfect. The read's almost exactly the same, except you say Doug Sadler instead of Doug Sandler. I have to find it.
God, that if you can dig out the archives for that, that would be amazing. I do remember one time I was at the end of the episode, and I think it was an episode that I don't know if you and I were doing it together, Strickland, or I had a guest on the show, but I said, Jim O'Brien, take us out of here.
Okay,
like,
so
who the hell is Jim O'Brien?
And then Steve did his drop about that one. Dave Silver.
Yeah, exactly. Here's your host, Dave Silver.
I'm not going to find that one because I have that as one of our closes.
All right. Well, wait. Well, so if you can find it, that would be great. But we're getting close to the wrap up time. But I definitely want to play before we go. I want to play the new open for the Nice Guys on Business.
Totally.
Is that in there, Strickland? Is that?
Yeah.
Which one is that one called? That is NGOB intro new, I guess, right?
Yes.
All right. So this is going to be
starting Monday. This is going to be the new intro.
So not that we're trying to eliminate Strickland from the show, but nobody knows who Strickland is. And, well, that's true. But nobody knows who he is. So it's like, hey, maybe this sounds a little odd, but would it be okay if we take your name off of the intro?
They know him. They just don't want to know him.
Right. It's true. So here is the new intro.
As long as the check's clear, though.
Very true.
Right.
Here we go.
Go from where you are now to where you could be. Get expert tips to grow your business, to be more productive and more efficient. Whether you're trying to build influence, grow your community, or make it rain. Best-selling author of Nice Guys Finish First, Doug Sandler, can lead the way. The Nice Guys on Business is produced by Turnkey Podcast Productions. Now, here's your host, Doug Sandler.
Damn, that actually makes you sound totally fucking legit.
I like it better without Strickland's name in there. I don't know what it is. It's just automatically a better show.
Watch the download soar now.
Oh, God.
Cutting the dead weight. It's the Nice Guys on Business.
That's the new drop right there. Thank God we got rid of the dead weight.
Losing the fat like a yoga class. Yeah.
You got Steve-O to sign the disclaimer that says that we can use anything that he says today on any future episodes, correct? No.
And we're not going to pay any royalties on it.
Yeah, we will definitely, before we do that, we must pay him. So pay him.
So play, I just put in there, it's called Egg JLD Rant.
Oh, geez. Okay, hold on a second. I got to get back to.
This was the one from you saying his name wrong.
Okay, let's go to, let me find it.
Oh, yeah.
Jim O'Brien. Dumas.
Okay, here we go.
Jim O'Brien? I do opens and closes for 60 fucking episodes of this stupid ass show and you can't even remember my goddamn name? Do you think I get paid if I said, and here's your nice guy, Dave Silver? They throw me out of my ass and never look back. They don't pay me enough for this shit. Nice guys in podcast land my ass. I should call John Lee Dumas. I'll bet he appreciates his voiceover talent.
So funny because I wrote a quickie script for that, right? And it's, John Lee Dumas that everybody knows. And of course, Steve, you, after ranting about Doug saying the wrong name, you pronounce his name wrong, which I, of course, left in. I didn't want you to do it right. I thought it was much funnier with you saying his name
much funnier.
And 60 episodes, how crazy is that? That was probably like 4 years ago now, right?
I was, because we were I don't remember how quickly we went up to 2 episodes. I don't even know anything about our run. It's just, it's fucking
You were
nuts.
still in prison.
Marcel was still in space.
I have to comment about Marcel. How does he sit so still? He doesn't move the entire time that he's sitting there on camera. His eyes
he
are the
actually
only
just
thing
did a
that move.
screenshot. He froze it and he left.
Amazing.
Yeah.
They went to have another sandwich.
It takes a lot of skill and talent.
I think he put the screenshot up and he's actually going down on Jennie right now. You just can't see it under the table.
You think I could be that quiet? Are you kidding me?
Okay, good.
Damn.
Sounds like a great way to end it. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, really. And with
what
and
time's
with
the
that,
show over?
with that being said,
Happy ending, huh?
Go back to prison.
All right, everybody. Well, we got to wrap up all this fun shenanigans for yet another. We're going into season 2. I have no idea what we have to do on Apple Podcasts, but season 2 is about to begin. Hey, look, we don't even have to say Steve O'Brien take us out of here because he's actually here. He could say it himself. He could do it live, or he could say it himself. So, Strickland, any final words before we head into episode 1001 next week?
I just want to thank everybody for showing up today. Jennie Bellinger, Tennessee, Tim, Jared, Marcel, Virginia, who was here earlier, and Ryan Bocross, who was here earlier, and of course, Steve O'Brien to actually do a live close right here on the show. We are so appreciative.
Steve, whenever you want to say whatever you want to say, we will be happy to accept it. No one will speak. I'll mute. Everybody mute your.
Hang on a second before you let him do this. Steve, are you going to say for you to take yourself out of here? My question.
No, I got another 1,000 episodes in me. I'm not going anywhere. All right. For the nice guys on business, Jennie, Marcel, Tim, Jared, and myself, Steve O'Brien, goodbye. For the nice guys on business, I'm Steve O'Brien. Do you think they could have rambled on any longer today? Blah, bitty, blah, bitty, blah, bitty, blah.